Hey, are you ready to go look at that animation I gave you?
facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, belts, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.
Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Do not adjust your YouTube feed. You are looking at the correct day of the week. It's Monday Night Football on SSB and a massive, massive district matchup. Beachside at Fleming Island. I'm BP alongside my partner David Wells. Dude, it is Monday night. Let's do this. I cannot wait for tonight's ball game.
Oh, this is going to be a great one. I can't believe we're having a Monday night makeup game that's this caliber of the district kind. You know, this is a matchup where it's a need-to-win situation for both teams. It's great football. They're playing the best football they've played all year, too, so it's going to be a good one.
Sebastian Broughton played his mind out last night. It's almost 400 yards of offense on the ground for him, in the air for him, a little bit on the ground. And it's just crazy that they lost last week against Creekside. So this is a get-back game for the Golden Eagles. Meanwhile, Beachside played a little surf and turf game last week at Tocoy Creek, and they had to get a blocked field goal to win that game, 29-26. We're going to go into some details about that in just a little bit. But Monday Night Football on SSB, it's a first here for us and for the Rock. Huge district game tonight. We're also keeping our eyes on Middleburg and Ponte Vedra over there in St. Johns County. That game has district implications. Orange Park's off this week. They get to sit back and watch the carnage. We're going to get into playoff scenarios, this game as a whole, and a lot more on tonight's pregame show. You are watching Monday Night Football on SSB, an FNL and SSB special. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back, get the national anthem in, and get to our pregame show with our keys to the game and more right here on Sunshine State Broadcasting, your local community broadcaster.
Having served Clay County for 18 years, Worldwide Automotive is bringing back the neighborhood repair facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, belts, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Back here at Randy Warren Stadium on the campus of Fleming Island High School. Good evening, everyone, once again. BP alongside my partner in crime, David Wells. We are back. No, do not adjust your television. This is Monday Night Football on SSB. We so much appreciate you joining us tonight on this very special broadcast. This is a makeup of a game that we were supposed to have on Thursday night, but due to the storms, we are here now for a crucial district game.
I don't know about you, BP. My entire week last week got backed up because of the storm. Everything, every business that I had going on, every game that I was supposed to go to, every game I was supposed to call with you guys, just push it back an entire week, and here we are with a great matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of good football on over the weekend nonetheless. How about that Florida-Tennessee game?
Ooh, came down to the wire. There, a little overtime action.
They had me on the edge of my seat, actually. I'm not even a Gator fan. So, but this game should have everybody on the edge of their seat. The Barracudas are coming off a very thrilling finish last week against crosstown rival Tucoy Creek. Came down to a blocked field goal that ended things in regulation at 29-26. So this week they swim up their way to St. John's River to meet Fleming Island. These guys are hungry to keep their district streak alive and secure that automatic playoff spot. Barracuda's quarterback Eddie Jordan led the air attack for Beachside, throwing for 221 and a touchdown. He completed 71.4% of his passes. Pretty good. Also ran for 36 yards and a touchdown. Jake House was the other rushing touchdown for Beachside. He added to the offense with 99 all-purpose yards. David, Beachside is not known as a running team. They've only carried the ball for 532 yards as opposed to 1,793 passing. Can they afford to be one-dimensional tonight against Fleming Island?
Well, the way to beat Fleming Island is to run the football and to run physically through them. Their interior defensive line is not as stout as they are on the edges, and they need to find ways to create short punches in that underneath game and free up their passing game, which if they're as good as build, then they're going to be able to throw the ball down the field as well.
Absolutely. Defensively, the Barracudas are a tough group, and listen to these numbers when compared to Max Prep's national averages. On the season, they have 12 sacks. The national average is 9.4. Per game, they average 2, where the rest of the nation is averaging just almost 1.5. Suffice it to say, can they be a problem for Sebastian Broughton tonight if they don't establish the line of scrimmage?
And it's the culmination of pressure. It's not just one or two guys. It's the entire unit that gets after the quarterback. Team defense and team pass rush is a significant better way to play high school football defense than just having one star. So I do think they'll be able to get after Sebastian Broughton. Here's the thing, Sebastian Broughton's been able to get rid of the ball a lot faster. So as long as he's able to continue those short completions into long gains and those crossing routes with run after catchability,
Absolutely.
then he's going to have a great job tonight.
He sure will. Before we take a look at Fleming Island, we invite you to follow us on social media. Find us on Facebook and X at SSBJax and on Instagram at ssb.jax to stay up to date on our broadcast schedule. Don't forget to subscribe to Sunshine State's Broadcasting YouTube channel as well as click that notification button to see when our next live broadcast will be, which will be this coming Friday. And we'll have a location to be announced. We have an announced game, but that may be subject to change due to the heat of the district schedule right now. This is crazy, and it's all going to depend on what happens tonight for sure. Well, last week it was heartbreak for Fleming Island as Creekside came in as a non-district opponent this time, and they played it down to the wire. The Knights scampered away with a 48-45 win, and the Golden Eagles are in now get-back mode as they return to district play with a pivotal game. We will pause for the posting of colors and the playing of our national anthem. You are watching Monday Night Football on Sunshine State Broadcasting. Eagle Band 1 with your national anthem tonight. Colors presented by the Naval Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps Unit, Fleming Island High School. Also got a couple of kids in the concession stands tonight. Oh, more on that later. But nonetheless, let's get back to our pregame show here. And Creekside. Whoop, did I lose my mic there? I think I did. Check. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Clicky. Nonetheless, Sebastian Broughton was an absolute cannon last week against Creekside, David. Threw for 359 yards, 5 touchdowns. He ran for 90 yards. It was the best passing performance of his senior year, averaging 12.8 a pass. And his favorite target, none other than Trace Burney. He racked up 192 yards, 3 touchdowns. Many of them were chunk plays. Beachside's defense gives up an average of 14 points per game, though, David. If they can replicate the passing game that they had last week and figure out this Barracuda defense, could we be talking about another shootout tonight?
Oh, absolutely. The ability to throw the ball on both sides, quarterbacks that have the ability to distribute and run themselves even, that makes your offense a lot more dynamic, and especially for Sebastian Broughton. Last week he played an almost perfect game. If it wasn't for a 4th down call they probably should have gone for, he's probably winning that game by double digits. So it was an exciting game, a high school football game that none of these kids are ever going to forget. It just so happened to not fall their way, but they still played a phenomenal game, both offensively and I would even say defensively. They just lost steam there down the stretch because of attrition.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Fleming Island's defense is also above expectations nationally with 11 sacks on the year, and they're right at the national average in turnovers with 5 interceptions and 5 fumble recoveries. They can be a pain on special teams, too, with 5 blocked field goals. Can you believe that? There's not a high school team that I've seen that has blocked more than 2 this year. They blocked 5.
Well, you can thank Andrew Georgiarius Rogers for that. He's gotten 3 of them single-handedly by himself. He is a long, talented pass rusher that has the ability to stick his hand into passing lanes and also into kicking lanes, apparently. So he is a force on special teams as a kick blocker, as a gunner, and even will play on kickoff and kick return.
Absolutely. Well, with all that said, Beachside does have a potent passing attack. Fleming Island typically doesn't defend against the pass as well as they do the runs. They got to plug those holes tonight. Now it's time for our keys to the game, presented by the one and the only Mr. Chubby's. The key to a great pregame or postgame celebration is at Mr. Chubby's, the home of the original Fleming Island happy hour and occasional hangout of David and I's on Fridays. But not tonight. It's Monday. We got to get back to work the next day. David, give me your keys to the game for the Beachside Barracudas coming up from St. Johns County, just off of County Road 210.
So when you think about easy completions against the Fleming Island defense, they show you a pre-snap look that normally you can throw against. There's not a whole lot of safety rotation in there, so as long as you're able to complete those easy passes early in the game to set up for better, deeper passes late in the game, I think that's a good strategy to go at Fleming Island. And of course, trying to run the ball between the tackles. That's 2 things that you'd want to do if you play Fleming Island.
Absolutely. So I think they definitely need to find balance on offense and establish that running game. That's not something they're known for, and I think if you keep Fleming Island on the field, we've seen it happen all year long, the longer you sustain a drive against Fleming Island, the more tired that defense gets, the hands on the hips come up, and they start playing a little slower than they normally do. They need to exploit the holes in the zone defense. If they watched any film from Creekside last week, they're going to see that the Knights absolutely devastated them over the middle. So it's going to be one of those things, if you can find the holes in the defense right there, you'll get it and get it quickly. Do not turn the ball over, though. You cannot turn the ball over to this defense. They will make you pay for it later. All right, for the Golden Eagles, who are now about to come out and break the banner here on this Monday night.
So for the Golden Eagles, I would say you need to find a third option in your offense. The first option has been Demir Jackson, the big running back that's always able to produce those long runs up the middle. Second option being Trace Burney. Who is that third guy? Who's the one they can reliably go to if the defense is trying to take away their top 2 threats?
Absolutely. So I think the Golden Eagles tonight, they need to keep their passing defense tight. The zones need to be covered, and they need to keep everything in front of them tonight if they want to get this Barracuda team for almost 1,800 yards a season. This passing attack will cause them problems. They've got to find a way to run the ball, even if Broughton must do so by design. Demir Jackson is out there tonight. You will see him this evening. That is a welcome sight for Golden Eagles fans. He's got to run the ball well. Just like last week, you got to get your skill players in space and let them outrun this defense. Trace Burney can do it, and we will see lots of that tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, kickoff coming to you right now. Beachside has won the toss. They have elected to kick. Fleming Island will receive the the opening kickoff. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are not adjusting your set any further. There is a doggone scoreboard for you all to see. How about that? We are underway here at Monday Night Lights. That ball is going to get picked up by Sebastian Cruz, and then he's going to take that into the end. Actually going to call that a touchback. It looks like it did break the plane there. First down and 10, Golden Eagles at their 20-yard line.
So they are willing to kick to these talented, speedy options for Fleming Island. Beachside is a relatively newer school, so you'd expect for them to have a slower start in their football season. However, they're a very good and well-balanced team, especially defensively. And if they're willing to carry that level of tackling into special teams, it'll be interesting to monitor on each and every kickoff. All right, they're going to line up in a 2-by-2 formation here. Sebastian Broughton with Jackson in his backfield. He'll start off in a pistol and motion out to a single set.
Broughton would take the shotgun snap, and he'll wait just a minute. Fleming Island all in gold tonight, gold hats, green pants tonight. Look at that homecoming look for the Golden Eagles. They'll slide Eric Gentry across the formation. He'll take a snap, and there's Demir Jackson. There he goes. Across the 30 to the 40, breaks a tackle. He's in midfield to the 45 to the 40 to the 30, down to the 20 before he gets tackled and finally stopped all the way deep into Beachside territory. My goodness gracious, it's good to see him back.
Well, if you're the Fleming Island Golden Eagles, it's an excellent way to start out the game. But if I'm on their sideline, I'm definitely talking some smack to Demir Jackson. Hey, you just got ran down. You're going to let that happen again? Jeez.
First down and 10 at the 13-yard line. That's the first time that they will be in the red zone today.
And I imagine you go right back to the well there. That was a fantastic job by Steven, making sure there's a block there on the left side and run right behind him again.
Sebastian Broughton comes out with trips to his right side.
That's Stephen Franklin, their left tackle there. It was an excellent block to spring that run.
Demir Jackson will line up sidecar. He'll take a snap, take it himself. Broughton comes around the edge. They've got some good blocking out there, and he's going to get forced out of bounds after a couple of yard gain.
Well, just off the initial eye test, this Fleming Island Golden Eagle offensive line does look bigger than the Beachside defensive line. However, their linebacking core and tackling is going to be pretty solid in this game. So let's see if they can make some of these close to line of scrimmage plays and force things to the outside like that.
Second down and 1.
You got Van Hoff in at tight end.
Interesting. Haven't seen that wrinkle yet.
Handoff to Jackson.
You get a Jackson handoff. They'll come around. They'll swarm him. And it doesn't look like he got much of a gain on that one. It's going to bring up third down. He'll lose a yard.
Down and 2.
So last week for the Golden Eagles, there were too many offensive plays from Creekside and definitely wore down the defensive players of that unit. We saw a lot more players likely to play in this game on both sides of the ball just to make sure that there's more depth on both sides and more rotation from offensive players to defensive players. Quick huddle, sugar huddle, gets right to the line of scrimmage. Little wrinkle here.
Going to get a short yardage play here. They're going to give it to Demir Jackson, who's going to power his way. And he is going to be stopped after a first down.
So I'm incredibly familiar with this offense. This is the veer. This is an under center where the fullback pitches the ball, gets the direct snap, pitches the ball to the running back, turns and blocks the defensive end. So your job is to not only get the snap, it's to block the most dangerous man. So it's a very downhill, very kick, pull kind of offense.
First down and goal from the 3-yard line. They'll pitch it out to Jackson again, who runs right smack into a defender. He is likely to get 2 yards on that play, but it will bring up second down and goal.
So we call this the inside sweep. You have 3 down blocks and 3 pullers. All right, the first puller kicks out, the second puller follows the first, and the third acts as a fullback right up to the middle linebacker. So 3 down blocks, 3 pulls, and you follow right up the alley.
Inside the 1-yard line.
Second down and goal, and they pop through. Did he get it? Nope. Jackson is rushed, and he's actually going to lose a couple of yards. A host of Barracuda tacklers. And that is going to bring up 3rd down and goal to go.
And they're going to elect to go back to more traditional offense here. I think that Jackson missed the mark a little bit on that hole. He cut it up a little bit too early there. That play is still supposed to go off tackle.
3rd down and goal from the 3.
Going to mark him down at the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal. Now it looks like Fleming Island's going to go ahead and spread the defense out a little bit. They'll put Jackson up right next to Broughton, his right side. Bunch formation. Broughton takes a snap, rolls out of the pocket, trying to find an open receiver, fires to the back of the end zone. That is tipped and incomplete.
Number 11.
Tried to get it into the hands of Damiano DeSteno, and that will end the drive there. And it looks like Parker Sertivan will come out on 4th and goal to put a field goal on the board.
Well, you get 4 plays inside the 5-yard line there. You get a first down on the first one, but then you end up being stymied and stuffled in the last 3. It's tough to make sure that you're coming out on 4th down with your best juice. You want to make sure you come out of this possession with points.
So Parker Sertivan to tack on the short field goal. It's his first attempt of the night. Get a snap, hold, kick is up, and that is true. Parker
And just
Sertivan.
a little shout out to the Sertivan tribe. They came up for a little bit of the taste of the town. We haven't had much of the Fleming Island custodial, or the Fleming Island concession stand, rather. And we're very happy that we have some of these delicious pork sandwiches, some hamburgers, some French fries as well.
Some desperately needed water.
Absolutely. So they took very good care of us today, and a shout out to the Sertivans as well. We'll be talking a little bit more about the Fleming Island concession stand in just a bit.
Absolutely. So our score, 3-0. 9:09 to go officially on the clock here. And
Kicking off for the Eagles, number 22, Parker Sertivan. Back to receive for Beachside. Number 17, Watson. And number 13, Lanza.
they get a kick and return on, and he'll run into a host of Fleming Island blockers, and that'll push him back, and that'll do it for the drive.
Watson with the return.
Yeah, number 8 for Beachside absolutely just bullied one of the Fleming Island Golden Eagle kickoff returners. That was a tough ask for what is likely a young player just trying to get some game experience.
Having a little bit of trouble with our clock, but we're good to go there. We'll get that set up for you in a little bit here. 9:02 to go in the first quarter. 3-0. Fleming Island with a lead.
First down and 10 for Beachside.
Spot the ball right at the 20-yard line, and that's where we'll get going here. First snap of the game for the Barracudas. Quick throw out that is caught and stopped immediately. Now these jerseys are going to be a little tough to read here with the numbers, but that is number 17, Drew Watson, on the reception.
Yeah, a little bit of that neon highlighter green for you. But interesting from Fleming Island, a little post-snap safety rotation. They haven't been really showing that very much, but you're coming into a passing offense here, so you might as well show them a new look. Practiced all week.
And boy, they got him. That'll definitely be a flag on the play. It's the offsides penalty. The clap gets them to jump off sides, and that will be a first down for Beachside.
That's the thing about these throw-heavy offenses is they want cheap yards. As many cheap yards as they can get, they'll take, because these manageable situations, they can convert with short completions, they can convert with hard counts, they can convert with trick plays. Even the draw play will throw you off balance.
So first and 10 for the Barracudas at the 31-yard line actually. Get a snap, drops back, pocket hold, steps up into the pocket. He takes off, and then it gets shoved out of bounds. And that is Eddie Jordan, their quarterback, who can run himself. He's actually a pretty mobile quarterback, but he is most known for his ability to throw and throw well, throwing for almost 1,800 yards through 6 games.
So A.J. Witt's going to have a pretty tough role in this defense. He needs to be not only the middle of the field defender in the hook zone, but he also has to have eyes on the quarterback. So in that case, he abandons his zone because he has to go chase down the play. He has both responsibilities tonight.
2nd down and 7, ball at the 33-yard line. Jordan will get a snap, throws, that is caught, and nope, not so fast. Brings up 3rd down, in and out of the hands. Watson had fingers on it, and it didn't get hauled in. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
And that's what these kind of offenses are built for, these dragging routes that come across the field, that there has to be some kind of communication on the defense of, oh, you have to pass it to this guy, pass it to this guy, pass it to this guy. Eventually it gets passed to Sebastian Cruz, who is 5 to 10 yards off the ball, and that could have been an easy completion for a quick 6 or 7 yards.
3rd down and 7.
Ball still at the 33-yard line, 8:18 to go in this first quarter. He'll get a snap, drops back to pass. Plenty of protection, throws it, that's going to be no! Sebastian Cruz had his hands on the ball and didn't haul it in. That was a surefire interception.
That's one you have to have 10 times out of 10, especially when you get to the next level, Sebastian Cruz. They're going to expect you to have that one. You'll get a free pass today because it's 3rd down and long, but now we got a punting situation, and we're on to Cincinnati. Block that one out of your mind. We're on to the next snap, the next play. Got to make sure that you're ready for this one. If they punt the ball your way, not only are you ready to catch this one, you're ready to house this one.
Number 4, Owen Carey, back to punt for the Barracudas. Sebastian Cruz and Trace Burney will go back deep for Fleming Island on 4th down. Drive stalls. Beachside will send it to the Golden Eagles. Good snap. Clear house. Nice high punt. Coverage team will come on that. Sebastian Cruz takes the fair catch, and he will grab that at the 24-yard line. So that's where Fleming Island will take over 1st and 10.
Now I'll tell you this, Beachside did their homework. They had 3 guys, 1, 2, 3 on Jarius Rogers coming off that edge. They knew that he's blocked some punts in the past, and they were not going to let that happen first punt of the game.
8:01 to go in this first quarter. Happy you're joining us tonight. Fleming Island's opening drive stalled inside the 5-yard line. They got a field goal out of the drive. Beachside has punted and given to Fleming Island, and we're ready to start the second possession of the game. Fleming Island looked fairly decent. Not Jarius Rogers, Demir Jackson. Good to see him back. And now here they're going to run that 4 wide receiver formation to one side, that quads that they've run. They like to run screen out of this and all sorts of fun things. And where will Trace Burney be tonight is the question. Broughton will get a snap. He flings it out to Burney, who's got some blockers. Burney comes around, gets to the 30, makes a man miss about broken ankle, gets down to the 30-yard line, and that's where he will stop. He'll pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Now they're setting up the screen and go with that one. They tried to make sure they had 3 blockers in front of Trace Burney out there on the edge, but they're making it so you can pump the screen and throw a ball behind the defense if possible. So look for that one in the second half. We're going to go back to the quads here. They might even do it here.
2nd down and 5. They're going to go quads again, this time to the opposite side, fling it out, give it to Burney one more time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's got a 1st down and more, crossing the 50-yard line, and he'll get out of bounds, and that is another Golden Eagle 1st down. No questions there, David. Just, it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, when you come out with a game plan like this, you want to make sure that you're following your script and showing the defense the looks that you want them to see. And as soon as they get back to the sideline, their coaches are going to try to adjust to it. And if they try to adjust it and aren't ready for your next wrinkle, you end up with a big play.
1st down and 10 in plus territory again. Just across the 50, about the 48-yard line. Gentry in motion. Give it to Jackson. Jackson pushes over one of his own offensive linemen. Still on. And then he gets just shy of the 40-yard line. Bring up 2nd down and about 8. Or about 2 there for the 8-yard gain.
They're bringing a couple fresh bodies here, make sure that there's players in rotation. We're going to get in here number 23, Brady Digman, coming in as a spell running back.
Make it 2nd and 3 now from the 41. Broughton get a snap, play fake, rolls out to his left. He's got an open receiver that is caught, and Trace Burney gets across the 30-yard line for another Golden Eagle first down.
It's a high degree of difficulty catch right there by Trace Burney. Not only does he have to flip his hips, but he has to go to the ground as he's doing so. Snags that one off the turf. First down, Golden Eagles.
Coming up on the 6:20 mark here in this first quarter.
We're likely to see a downhill run here. That's more of Digman's running style.
They'll bring him up sidecar alongside Broughton. 4 wide receivers. Pachada, Gentry on the near side, Burney and DeSteno on the far side. Broughton drops back, looking over the middle. That is over the head of Eric Gentry. Incomplete. Had him on a beeline to the end zone, and that's incomplete.
Now, I don't want to give away the Fleming Island Golden Eagle signals, but they might have thrown up the good old touchdown sign, which I think is going to be their 4 verts sign. So they run 4 verticals, and 4 verts versus 3 high safety look or 3 deep look. You can really work those seams. So he looks over to one receiver in the seam and then flips quickly over to the other. Throws a catchable ball. Could have been a walk-in touchdown there. Great call against that defense.
So they'll have the mandatory water break now for state of Florida. We'll stay here with them there. Coming up on the 5:55 mark here in this first quarter. Happy you're with us tonight on Florida Store. I almost said it again. Doggone it, David. I've been doing so good about that, and then I forgot where we were again on Sunshine State Broadcasting.
Very proud to be a member of the Sunshine State Broadcasting crew. This has been a great couple of weeks, making sure we're calling the 2024 season up to par. Fleming Island, Orange Park have been great hosts for us, and we appreciate them giving us the access and letting us highlight these players and how good they are, and making sure we get a couple quality games in here. There's been a lot of good games this year, BP.
This district has been as competitive as we thought it would be. I am very surprised at what we've been getting in terms of the quality of play. Of course, Fleming Island, they're winning games in the district now, and they're absolutely thrilled because they've been on a dry spell the past couple of seasons. So to be 2-0 in the district right now and have a shot at a district title is huge for them. 2nd down and 10 from the 29. Broughton fakes. What a move. Spins. And another first down, it looks like, for the Golden Eagles. That is crazy good. Fleming Island first down. Sebastian Broughton is out of his mind.
So Beachside was trying to be a little tricky there, and they started off with a 1-high look and then motioned a player out of the box. Then all of a sudden Sebastian Broughton sees this and decides he wants to run with the ball, makes one guy miss, and all of a sudden you have a 2-man advantage coming up the field. If it wasn't for one block missed, it's probably a touchdown.
Get a snap to give Digman, who's got a big hole to run through. And he gets stopped after a short gain.
And that's what you need out of Brady Digman, is a reliable ball carrier to get those inside runs, take a couple blows off Sebastian Broughton, and set up for the next down with good field position. Nicely done. The sun beating down perfectly into the eyes of the Golden Eagles here. It's kind of hard for them to see the signals.
2nd down and 6.
2nd down and 6 to go. Ball rests at the 15-yard line. Bring up Gentry across the formation. Broughton takes a snap, rolls out to its left. Got pressure behind him, sees a man. That is caught, and it's going to be first down and goal for the Golden Eagles yet again. Damiano DeSteno.
Yeah, I think he got away with that catch a little bit there. He was still bobbling that sucker as he was going to the ground, and the ball ends up a couple yards away from him. The receivers are getting the benefit of the doubt on that call. But the Golden Eagles will take it. They'll go into that goal line set again. In comes Nate Van Hoff and then Cohen as well. So there's 2 linebackers playing tight ends for the Fleming Island Golden Eagles now.
1st and goal. This is their 2nd trip to the red zone. Give it to Jackson. Jackson runs into pressure, and the Barracudas are all over it. Good defense by Beachside. The big man is a load to take down, and they are tackling him the right way, David. My goodness.
Well, they had run a similar look earlier in the first quarter and had run that outside zone play, and they were looking for these linebackers to make blocks on perimeter players. Not happening. So the linebackers did make their blocks, but they are so keyed in on that outside zone that more and more bodies flew to the football.
Second down and goal after a loss on the play.
It doesn't help that they're pointing at their blocks, so making it quite obvious that that's who I'm supposed to block.
Broughton with a play fake, trying to find a receiver. He's going to air this one out, and this one's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's that jump that you have to make from middle school football to high school football, is you don't point at who you're about to block.
Yeah, it's really making it obvious at that point that, hey, this is my man, this is what I'm doing, head on a hat.
But he plays defense. He plays defense. You got to cut him some slack here.
Absolutely. Third down and goal. Oliver Pachata was the nearest Golden Eagle to that, unless he was about 20 feet tall and could jump that high to boot. He wasn't going to catch that one. Third down and goal, sitting at the 7-yard line. Spread it out. Broughton getting a play in, makes an adjustment.
Some Beachside fans making some noise here, getting some.
Broughton will get up, take it himself, and he is going to score the touchdown. Fleming Island with a worldwide automotive touchdown. Sebastian Broughton found a way to run, and that is what he needed to do. Touchdown, Fleming Island.
Effective, slippery as always. I think he had probably 2 defenders that had an opportunity to pull him down a little short of the line to gain, but he kept his legs driving and finds his way into the end zone.
Parker Sertivan tacks on the extra point, and it is good.
Your score.
So our score now, Fleming Island 10, Beachside nothing.
Very important district game here. Sebastian Broughton laid it on the line for his teammates. You know, he's always been a hell of a competitor. Now he's really showing it here in big moments. It really riles up the team when you see a quarterback score a rushing touchdown like that. You know, he's putting his body on the line for it. He's the most important guy on your team. He's the face of the franchise. So you're really hoping that he continues to show his toughness like that down the stretch here and into the playoffs, hopefully.
In the kick for the Eagles, number 22, Sertivan.
Parker Sertivan to kick.
Watson.
Excellent kick. Looks like it's going to be a touchback here. Parker Sertivan's been fantastic so far this year, converting kickoffs into touchback. Something that the Golden Eagles struggled with last season, but now has been a non-factor this year. No major kickoff returns for the Golden Eagle kickoff team, which is definitely a huge asset to have as far as a high school football team. I remember when I was playing high school football, I could almost guarantee a big return if we didn't get it out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, that's definitely a weapon that you got to have. So first down and 10 for Beachside at the 20-yard line.
Straight man-to-man coverage here. Oh, tried to draw him off sides, didn't get it.
Almost. 3:41 to go in a 10-0 ball game. Beachside with the ball. Jordan will come upfield, and this is what he's good at. And he has run for another Beachside first down.
It's such a tough assignment for A.J. Witt there. He has both the quarterback and the hook zone. So if the quarterback is looking to the wide side of the field, you have to cover the hook zone of the wide side of the field. And meanwhile, he'll cover the ball and run to the left side of the field, and there's nobody there. So it's really tough to be able to play both assignments there, but he has to do it if they want to play 2 high safety looks.
Give another run to the left side of the formation. That's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a 3-yard gain if you're lucky. It's going to bring up second down.
And there lies the benefit of loading the box. That time they bring the safety back into the box, putting good numbers in there to stop the run, but then that sets up more and more ability for Beachside to pass the ball. So if they get caught in that loaded box, they can throw the ball deeper down the field.
Pick up a 2 on the play.
Second down and 8 after a gain of 2.
Second down and 8.
Get a snap, drops back to pass. Jordan tries to avoid pressure, scampers, and he's going to get sacked.
Taken down in the backfield.
Now, for a team that throws the ball that much, it's pretty easy to get this quarterback to get his eyes back down to the ground. So, once you get a little bit of pressure on him, he's going to look for a lane to scramble. All it takes is one edge rusher to pursue around the arc, and all of a sudden this quarterback's going to go into scramble mode.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark here on 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 12, they're going to call it. Fumbled snap. Jordan picks it up, slings it out there. That's up for grabs. To Corey Allen. Might have had a chance at it, and that's going to be incomplete.
If I'm Fleming, I'm having an attack here. I'm definitely saying this has to be intentional grounding. He's not outside the tackle box. He's not outside the tackle box. The ball barely gets to the line of scrimmage. That's on 2 different accounts intentional grounding.
Nonetheless, the referees say play on, so they'll punt. 4th down and 12. Ball sitting at the 29-yard line. So Kerry Owen will come back out to punt yet again.
Back to receive the Eagles. Number 1, Cruz. And number 3,
Cruz and Bernie back deep. Snaps a little high, and another great kick. This time, a little better covered, but Sebastian Cruz will come up for it, grab the fair catch.
I think Sebastian Cruz has done a much better job, especially in these last 2 kicks, running up to make these kicks, even if they're fair catches. It's important that that ball doesn't hit the ground and give you extra 10, 15 yards of field position. He runs up in this one, secures better field position, and gets to the sideline. Great job, Sebastian Cruz.
Fleming Island coming off the touchdown drive. They have a 10-0 lead right now, 1:41 left to go in the quarter. Apologize, try to get our scoreboard back up there for you. 4 wide receivers for Broughton.
Little change of look here. You're going to see Bernie out by himself on the top of your screen. Lone receiver is Z.
Get a snap. Broughton looks, quick flare out. Scooped up by Bernie, who breaks a tackle, finds a blocker. Eric Gentry will throw a block. Bernie comes around to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. He's going to get shoved out of bounds, and there he goes again.
Well, he might have only gotten 30 yards on that play, but he ran dang near the length of the football field. That's at least 80 yards of running, going from the far side, bottom of the numbers, all the way over to the sideline, far side of the field. A lot of running in there, and he's back on that far side of the field. In fact, no, has to traverse back to this side of the field. A track meet here for Trace Bernie.
Another first down. Bernie has been a force to be reckoned with, and we said this at the top of the broadcast. Get your skill players in space, and they will make it happen.
Now, I think he's probably a little gassed here. If I'm Fleming Island, I'm trying to run the ball and demoralize the defense here for Beachside.
Jackson is in the backfield. Get a snap, that's exactly what, nope, Broughton pulls it out, and they ran the ball anyway. Broughton gets upfield, finds a blocker, dives down about the 15-yard line, gets down to, say, the 14, and that'll be another Fleming Island first down.
So that's the second time we've seen Sebastian Broughton stumble in the open field here. He's got a new wrap on his left leg there, and I wonder if that's really bothering him.
Nonetheless, it moves the sticks, gets it inside the red zone again. This is their 3rd trip inside the 20-yard line today. 3rd trip this quarter.
Yeah, different look this week, having Trace Bernie out perimeter instead of in the slot.
Low snap, Broughton scoops it up, finds a receiver over the middle. There's Bernie once again. He'll get dragged down by the back of his jersey, and that'll be another first down and goal for the Golden Eagles. Bernie all over the place on this drive. And yeah, you're right, David. They moved him out of the slot into that perimeter receiver. That's something that Creekside keyed on last week. Doubled him up in the slot, kind of didn't give him that perimeter to run through, and that left Pachata and Gentry open instead.
So I bet Beachside planned for that all week, and all of a sudden you see him in a different spot.
Yep, so Good film study. He'll get a snap. Broughton gives it to Jackson. The bowling ball runs up the middle. Easy touchdown. Another worldwide automotive touchdown for Demir Jackson.
Well, it's the physicality up front. You've been throwing the ball and spreading it out to the perimeter, and it's all these shots vertically, all these shots horizontally, rather, that stretch out that defense, and then that in between the tackles run really pops for that score. There's a Beachside player down here.
Got an injury timeout there, and we'll step away briefly for that. But David, so far so good for the Golden Eagles. They've had 3 red zone trips. They've only gave the field goal up the first time around, but since then they've been scoring touchdowns. This is exactly what you wanted them to do to start this game off.
And we highlighted in the pregame show that the Beachside defense had such a great pass rush, but it's the Fleming Island pass rush that's been showing up so far in this game. They put pressure on the quarterback and made him a bit of a one-dimensional player, and they're supposed to be throwing for a significant amount more yards than they rush for, but that's not the case so far in this one.
Servant on for the extra point. Kick is blocked. So Beachside gets a hand on that one, keeps it from going through. 16-0 though, our score with 30 seconds to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, defensive end just splits the two up men there. There's usually an inserted offensive lineman and your biggest linebacker or tight end as your up men, but they split the tight end and the up men there, and you get the quick block. So that's a tough one to swallow, and now you're up, instead of 3 scores, just 2 touchdowns. And, of course, two two-point conversions. But it's early in the game, so no need to chase points.
2 possession, yeah, it's early yet. Fleming Island's defense, though, been pretty stingy. Sun descending here on this gorgeous Monday night. We're glad that you're here with us this evening on Monday Night Football and SSB, a special broadcast. The game that we were supposed to play last Thursday. Sertivan sends this off end over end, and that'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Just about cleared the end zone on that one.
Well, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I get an extra weekend to think up plays, I'm chewing up the bit here. I'm looking at trick plays. I'm looking at trying to send my quarterback, hey, what do you think about this one? Seeing what I can install over the weekend. There's a lot of time there, and if you give me a lot of time, I'm going to think about a lot of crazy stuff.
Absolutely. Beachside trots out again. Jordan at quarterback. Held pretty much at bay so far. Has had to do more running than he's done passing.
Oh, they're coming out in a bunch look here. They might shift out of it, but this is where you usually see crossing routes.
1st and 10. He'll drop back to pass, trying to throw those crossing routes. Everybody's covered, and Jordan will get knocked down, and he will lose a yard on that play. That will be credited as a sack.
Yeah, I don't agree with that call at all. Trying to do a half roll into the short side of the field, a 2 wide receiver route, covered, and all of a sudden the rest of the defense is running at your quarterback.
Looks like that's going to be the last play of this first quarter. So they're going to call it 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line, and that's where we will stop right there. So at the end of 1, Fleming Island leads 16-0. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, Beachside will continue the drive right here on Sunshine State Broadcasting.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more.
Okay.
We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Welcome back to Monday Night Football here on SSB. Beachside back with the ball. 1st and 10, 19-yard line, or 2nd and 11 rather, at the 19. They're going to quick flare out there. That's going to be caught. They're going to get a couple of yards on that play before a host of Golden Eagle defenders gets the stop on that.
Shortest pass, number 84.
Yeah, this short passing game is trying to find their rhythm and trying to complete these easy passes to try to lull the Fleming Island defense to sleep and eventually get to their deep bomb. I don't think they have the speed on the perimeter to necessarily run past these Golden Eagle defensive backs, but they're going to need to be able to complete easy passes and make those more difficult completions down the field. That's a really tough ask right now with this pass rush.
They're down and 8. Drops back, fires over the middle. That is caught. And it looks like his forward progress will be enough for a Beachside first down.
So we've seen Sebastian Broughton, or sorry, my apologies, Sebastian Cruz be matched up with one particular slot receiver as he motions back and forth here to be number 17. His assignment here has been to lock him down in the short area, but all that quickness has just been so hard to contain.
1st and 10 to the 32-yard line.
We call it MEG, man everywhere he goes.
Jordan drops back, gets out of the pressure, and he gets sacked.
Taken down into the backfield, sacked by number 4.
So pretty consistently, they're keeping 6 people back there to protect the quarterback. If you consistently send 6 to protect the quarterback, the defense has a free player. And that, in this case, they're using that free player as an extra blitzer, and Beachside has no answer to it.
Cohen Chiaffi with the takedown. The Moose is loose once again with another sack.
2nd down and 10.
Fleming Island sack-happy defense
2nd down and 13.
doing what they do best yet again. Jordan gets a snap, good protection this time, throws to his check down, and that is caught.
Shortest pass, number 1. Complete.
Jake House still running. Jake House doesn't have anybody near him. He's going to get a couple of blockers. Jake House is going to take it to, they're going to say he is down at the 1-yard line. And my goodness, that was crazy.
I wouldn't even necessarily call that open field speed. It's just maneuverability around there to defeat the angles of the Golden Eagles, force defenders to not only change direction, but flip their hips and run the opposite direction. So over there, he was a tactician of running the football there, and they're going to do a whole line change here for the Fleming Island Golden Eagle defense. You're going to get some offensive linemen coming in to play defensive line. You're going to get Demir Jackson coming in to play defensive end, and you get the biggest bodies you can get on the field in this goal line package.
69-yard run all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, they took the extra time from Thursday to Monday to be able to install a goal line defense. So nicely done by the Golden Eagle coaching staff.
Jumbo formation for the Barracudas. Get a snap, and they're going to stop that right away for a flag. That's probably going to be a false start.
I'm not sure. It might have been Fleming jumping on that one. You have some offensive linemen that might not know exactly what the quarterback's cadence might not be. They're not settled into the game at all. That's their first snap on defense.
On the offense.
And it will be a false start penalty. So they'll back that up 5 yards and replay the down.
Now here comes that whole line change back out.
1st down and 6.
And now this defense has to get set quickly. Luckily that Beachside was not ready to call their play. If you do a full sail defensive sub and they don't sub, they can snap the ball on you.
Jordan's pass complete.
And he does get it into the end zone for a touchdown, Beachside.
Good for a touchdown for
Owen
Beachside.
Carey gets the score for the Barracudas, and they are on the board at last.
Yeah, that seemed like an easy one. There was an uncovered receiver, quickly found the hole in the zone, quick pitch and catch, quick score. And just like Fleming Island, the quarterback will be back there to hold for this extra point.
Number 4, Carey.
Carey will come on for this extra point. Also kicking, that's interesting. Bouncing ball snap, kick is up, and it is good. Our new score with 8:50 to go in the first half. 8:50 to go, 16-7. Fleming Island leading over Beachside.
50 seconds left in the half. Your score, Golden Eagles 16, Beachside 7.
All right, so containment on Jake House is going to be a priority for this Fleming Island Golden Eagle defense. Right now, they were sending that inside linebacker as an extra blitzer, expecting House to be in pass protection. House leaks out of the backfield and creates a big play. I don't think they're going to do the same thing on the next drive.
Kicking off for Beachside, number 4, Carey. Back to receive for the Golden
Always a
Eagles.
chess game, right, BP?
Absolutely.
All right, back deep will be Bernie and Sebastian Cruz. We'll have a couple up back men in Demir Jackson and in Brady Digman.
Kick is away, and that's going to sail into the end zone for a touchback. Out of the end zone, actually. Big kick.
A little bit of the wind at his back there helps to aid in a nice sailing kick. Saves the legs of what is a smaller team than usually you see in this big of a district. You know, both of these teams are carrying JV units that might also play as well. So, you know, you want to make sure you're giving your younger kids opportunities to play at the JV level, but sometimes that leaves you shorthanded at the varsity level. Right, tight set here. We're going to have a bit of a bunch here from Fleming Island, 2 wides each side.
Going to do that pop pass around the corner to Trace Burney, who will lose yardage on the play.
And on to number 3.
Now, Beachside has an impressive corner with a lot of length. That's going to be number 7, Zach Duncan. Zach Duncan is significantly bigger than the perimeter receivers for the Fleming Island Golden Eagle team, and he's been making plays on the perimeter as a run support player as well as a pass defender. So, tough game so far from number 7, and he's wearing it on that jersey. I think his pants have already turned from white to gray.
Second down and 11 from the 19 after that quick pop pass and the loss. Jackson will stand right next to Sebastian Broughton. He will get that, pop it away. Broughton runs out, try to run that RPO. They're going to throw it deep to a wide open receiver. He's got it, and that is going to be Tristan Stevenson all the way to the house. Fleming Island touchdown.
A broken play, nobody anywhere near him in coverage. That'll be the 3rd long touchdown pass for Sebastian Broughton in the last 2 weeks as far as broken plays go, and that one was so wide open. Sometimes those really freak you out as a quarterback. You're thinking, oh my gosh, don't miss, oh my gosh, don't miss, oh my gosh, don't miss. But there we go. Great completion, long run, and a score there.
Oh, it's all you could ask for there. Sometimes the broken ones are the ones that matter. Tristan Stevenson making a huge play and the touchdown. Parker Sertivan will come on for an extra point. Good snap, good hold. That one's not blocked. Kick is up and good. So with 7:48 to go in the first half, Fleming Island 23, Beachside 7. Trot right back out and do it again. Chunk plays have been the difference for Fleming Island in the past couple of drives. It's made all the difference in the world. Parker Sertivan to send this one away.
Still so meant to be that Fleming Island is the school we chose, and the fact that they used the Crimson Tide fight song, oof.
I know that you have mentioned your unadulterated joy over that.
Over my alma mater, absolutely. Roll Tide.
Kicking off the Eagles, number 22, Sertivin.
Sertivin will send this off. Good boot on that one, but that's returnable. Get a wedge going up there. Beachside with a good-looking one, but he was dropped immediately.
Yeah, you could hear that thudding collision from here. There's only one way to defeat the wedge, is to go around the wedge. And normally if you go around the wedge, it leads to huge collisions. And there is a very dangerous aspect of that play, and that's why it is banned in college and the NFL. But it's incredibly difficult to call for high school officials here. And right there you had a four-man wedge running up the field. Lucky there's not any kind of hardcore collisions on that one.
So first down and 10 for the Barracudas, just across the 20-yard line. Jordan will move a man across the formation, get a snap, and he will get a couple of yards on that run.
That's another schematic error from Beachside. The receiver that they're putting in motion has a man traveling with him. So if you insert him as a blocker, you're just putting another man in the box. So all that did was put a more difficult look defensively for you to run against. That was just a schematic error.
Second down. Play fake, pressure. Almost a really good one-handed catch.
That would have been one for the huddle highlight reel.
Absolutely. Brennan Monaco was the intended receiver on the play. Just about grabbed that one in. And it'll bring up third down and about 7.
I imagine Monaco has a pretty decent pair of hands. I said that there was a quarterback holding the punt or holding the extra point. It was actually Monaco is the guy holding extra points. So you could most likely argue he has the most reliable pair of hands on this team.
Third down and 7. And we're going to have a stoppage play here and a charge timeout going to Fleming Island. That is their first of the half. So, David, what do you like so far out of this game?
Well, so far there's been a lot of explosive plays that have led to red zone opportunities. Both these defenses are trying to play tough, hard-nosed, pass-rushing defensive styles. However, they're giving up big plays because they're overly aggressive blitzers. You know, the blitz is a give-and-take dynamic. Either it works and it works extremely well, or you have less in the back end. And both offensives have been exploiting that, especially here in the second quarter. So now if you're looking at for the Fleming Island Golden Eagles, you're trying to use your front four to generate pressure and stay a little bit more conservative with your linebacker play. It's going to come down to how Cohen and Witt are used and how much they can convert versus House, who just converted a big play on them and created a nice 70-yard near touchdown opportunity. So Beachside is still going to come out in that 4 wide receiver look and expect a lot of motion here. And we have number 1, Sebastian Cruz, matched up on number 17. That'll be Drew Watson.
Yep. On third down and 7. We get a snap, drops back, Jordan looking, covered downfield, is going to try to take it himself, and he will get dropped just shy of the first down marker. That is going to bring up fourth down and very short.
And Jordan will get up nice and slow after that hit. He was trying to go for the slide, but ended up getting crunched by Cohen.
And it looks like we're going to get a stoppage of play here. We might get a measurement. And I think we are.
Not something you see very often. Far side of the field measurements. Ordinarily, those are pretty easy to eyeball.
So initially, it looks like it's fourth down in inches.
They'll
And
call
they're
it
going to
first
say
down.
that first down. So 1st and 10 for the Barracudas. They move the ball and the sticks across the 30-yard line, about the 32. Barracudas have 6:51 to go in this second quarter.
Fleming Island will insert another offensive lineman into the interior of that defensive line. It'll be Reyes coming in to spell. He is a stronger individual. He's their center and best defensive tackle, but they're trying to use him in key situations to stop long drives.
Play fake. Quick throw over the middle that is caught.
And that is the assignment. It is Sebastian Cruz versus Watson. Man everywhere he goes.
Number 17 for a 3-yard pickup.
Fleming Island defense was waving that it was incomplete.
I believe it was, actually. I don't think he survived the process of the catch there.
For the Barracudas.
Call it officially 2nd down and 6, though. Call it a catch. Get a snap. Jordan will drop back. Pressure in the backfield. He scrambles out of it. Comes across. Gets a first down. Hit right at the 45-yard line. And that will be another Beachside first down. And boy, he's been running for his life tonight, but he's running for first downs, and that's the most important part.
Now, that Watson receiver is not the biggest guy in the world, but he came back for a crackback block on that play. He knew he had a defender right on his back, and he was covered, so he decided to go hunt for blood on that one and took a big hit out of the linebacker. Nice hit by Watson, kid. Nicely done.
Going to take a timeout here for the second quarter water break. 23-7 our score right now. We appreciate that our concession stand friends have brought us some yummies from up earlier. David, what you got in your foil wrapper there?
So now we got a pulled pork sandwich from the Sertivin Rogers and rest of the crowd that has contributed to the concession stand, and we're really happy to have them give us some goodies at this game, and we're very appreciative of them. Let's give them a sample of both the burger, the French fries, and the pulled pork sandwich.
We don't recommend that professional broadcasters do this. We're just doing it because we're us.
But this is delicious. It's pretty good. Every once in a while we get treated to do the finer things in life, and nothing beats a real good concession stand, either burger or in this case a pulled pork sandwich.
Absolutely.
10 out of 10.
That burger is on point too. Get that good smoky taste. And doggone it, we're going to get a flag straight out the gate here. Penalty flag will get the neutral zone infraction.
That's always a tough get. Flags coming right out of breaks. It's really, really tough, as you're going to see a third offensive lineman come in. This is going to be number 71, Stephen Franklin, coming in to play defensive tackle.
Quick flare out. That's caught. Number 13, Marco Lanza. He'll get about 5 yards on the play.
So the key with rotating in players on both ways is only putting them in the most important situations. It's only making sure that they're there to contribute at full 100%, get them on the field and off the field. As soon as they get to be tired, you need to keep those bodies flowing.
2nd down and 4 now. Coming up on the 5-minute mark here in the half. In a 23-7 ball game. Beachside down big to Fleming Island early. Jordan steps back, rolls, pressure still coming. They have been in his face tonight. He was going to throw, and that's going to be tipped and caught. And the jump ball somehow manages to land in the hands of a Barracuda receiver, and that is going to be a first down for Beachside. And I don't know, David's shaking his head right now. It's, oh my goodness, how did that happen?
I thought it was going to be an interception. I thought it was going to be a sack even before that. So that was an incredible play by the quarterback to evade, and just a lucky bounce for Beachside, making sure it got into the hands of the wide receiver. We're going to see Bernie into the game as well, another offensive player subbing in on defense, putting fresh bodies out there.
Slides across formation, drops back to pass, looking, scans, more pressure in the backfield. He'll run out of it, fires to an open receiver, and that is caught. And again, moving that offense down the field, and this is what Beachside is capable of doing. Eddie Jordan just marshaling the offense down, taking advantage of the lucky break.
They're getting a little creative with what they're doing with number 17 versus Sebastian Cruz here. Watson was used as a blocker on that play, making Sebastian Cruz, therefore, just standing there guarding grass.
Ball at the 18-yard line of Fleming Island. He'll get a snap. Jordan gives it up the middle, and that's going to be right into the teeth of that Fleming Island defense after a nominal game.
Finding creative ways to create good matchups for yourself. If you're able to run a pick play and get Sebastian Cruz off of 17, you'll have an opportunity deeper down the field.
Barracuda's just taking their time here, milking the clock for what it's worth. They will get the ball to start the second half. Line up in pistol. Drops back to pass. Throws into the back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete.
I can call that a miscommunication, but he was also really trying to get rid of the ball there. That internal clock was starting to tick.
Again, they've done a really good job pressuring Jordan tonight, has Fleming Island, but he has made them pay with his legs. And a couple of lucky break chunk plays, too, have made the difference. 3rd down and 8, ball at 16.
Really do want to see what they do with Watson in motion here. He's been pretty crafty for them so far in this one, and Sebastian's going to be trying to be manned up on him still.
Now they'll shift back into pistol. Low snap. Jordan drops back, evades the pressure. Going to get dropped down after a couple of more yards. It's going to bring up 4th down. And it looks like Beachside is going to bring on the kicking unit, try to add 3 to this.
Not to say I called that, but there was a one-look route right there. It was a corner route to Watson, and they were just going to see if it was open. If not, tuck it and run. So I hate to repeat the same drum over and over again, but it seems like Fleming Island's put their best player on the lead game plan guy for the Beachside Barracudas.
Should be about a 38-yard kick. Kick is up, and it is good. I see the referees shaking their heads, and that is 3 more points for the Barracudas. So our new score now, 23-10, Fleming Island with the lead just before the half. 2:54 to go in this first half of action. Happy you're joining us tonight for Monday Night Football on SSB. Appreciate everybody coming out tonight. It's a fairly decent crowd for a Monday night game, David. These schedule changes have everybody in a bit of a confused tizzy, but we're back at it right now, and we get to double up this week. We'll have a game tonight, and then we'll turn around and do the same thing at the end of the week, and staying in a very competitive district.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's not one single parent, one single fan here that wants to see a 4-overtime game.
No.
It's a Monday night. We got school tomorrow.
Yeah, most people, not everybody, most people had a holiday today. So we want to get this game in regulation tonight. Corey Allen and Trace Burney back deep. Looks like Sebastian Cruz is going to get a break here.
Oh, it's today Columbus Day, is that why?
That's why, yep. Send this kick away. That one will sail into the end zone for a touchback. So Fleming Island will have 2:54 and 2 timeouts to work with here.
All right, looks like they're going to set up on the right hash here with their spread offense look. You have 2:54 left, so you're not necessarily in your hardcore 2-minute offense. But the way Fleming Island likes to operate, they like to see what the defense has ahead of them. So there might be a no-huddle look here, trying to hold the defense and their personnel on the field.
Sebastian Broughton has done extremely well tonight, avoiding the pressure. Both quarterbacks have, actually. But how about Tristan Stevenson, the sophomore, getting that big play earlier? A busted play that turned into 6. Broughton will drop back. Throws, caught. That is going to be a loss on the play, actually. It was given to Oliver Pichata, and he did not run into anything but a bunch of Barracudas at that point, and that's not a waterway you want to be in right now. It's going to bring up 2nd down and long.
It's another big play by House, their running back slash safety slash linebacker slash kick returner, a do-it-all player for the Barracudas. So definitely a guy to watch out for here, and somebody who's going to be eyeing Sebastian Broughton and making a beeline to wherever his first initial read will be.
Broughton takes a snap. They're going to hold it. They give to Jackson this time. Jackson's going to drag a Beachside defender with him, and then help comes through. He'll pick up some more yards, get to about the 26-yard line for third down and definitely manageable.
Well, if you're Fleming Island, you should burn every second of clock you can here. You're going to be able to do whatever you want offensively if you do convert this first down, but you should not give very much time to Beachside if you do not get this first down. No incomplete passes.
Third down and 4 from the 26. Get a snap. Broughton looking, scans over the field, wants it all, and he's going to overthrow Bernie.
Now,
That's
because
incomplete.
you throw an incomplete pass, you have 1:35. They save a timeout. They're going to get the ball and have an opportunity to score themselves.
We'll bring up fourth down.
Clock management seeming to be an issue there, but fourth down nonetheless with $1:35 to go. Parker Sertivan will come on to punt.
In the punt for the Eagles, number 22, Sertivan.
If you're just joining us, you've missed a good first half. Fleming Island has been the dominant force. They played pretty good defense so far.
Number 84, Monaco.
Number 84, Brennan Monaco will be back deep. Sertivan will send this into orbit. A little wobbly there. It'll bounce just beyond the 50 and take a Fleming Island roll all the way down to 33-yard line.
Well, we consider a well below average punt for Parker Sertivan. Takes a very lucky bounce and gets him into a significantly better field position there. They could have gotten the ball where it landed at the 50. Now they're getting it all the way back at the 34-yard line, maybe even the 33.
So Beachside will have $1:24 here on the clock and 3 timeouts to work with. Eddie Jordan coming out at quarterback. He'll spread the formation. Everybody on Beachside's offense has those wristbands now that they're checking plays with, so.
It's not going to be too complicated what Fleming Island's coming out in. It's all man-to-man coverage all across the board.
Take a snap. Jordan drops back. Here comes Jarius Rogers. Gets out of it. Jake House, complete. Stops at the 40-yard line. Stays inbounds. To bring up second down.
And now you get to see the Barracuda 2-minute offense here. They got to throw it into overdrive to have any chance of getting into field goal range here.
They'll see cross the 40 to the 41-yard line. Coming up on the minute mark. Let's say second down and 3 officially. Drops back to pass. Again, avoids pressure, just throws this one away, incomplete.
Jordan throws it away.
Yeah, these receivers are not able to create any kind of separation against these Fleming Island defensive backs. There's too much speed on the field for Fleming Island, and they've gone against 2 high-quality competition so far this year to get fooled by curls and crossers.
Third down and 3. If you're Beachside, you just need to move the sticks right now. Maybe get a timeout in. 4 wide receivers for the Barracudas. They'll get a snap, play fake, pressure in the backfield. Almost got to him, but they are going to get to him. Cohen Chaffee is going to make the play. No gain, it looks like, on the play. Brings up a fourth down situation. And clock is running.
So again, they run the play where Watson becomes a blocker for them on a run play, putting Sebastian Cruz back into the box, loading the box. So you're asking for them to have a favorable run defensive look when you run that play.
And Fleming Island is going to take a timeout here and not Beachside. That's interesting that they're going to try to stop the clock here and maybe get a quick field goal out of this. Clock stops with 23 seconds to go. Fleming Island will have 1 timeout remaining.
Well, I just saw half the Fleming Island players hold up the same sign, which I imagine means heavy block punt.
So they could be going after this, you think?
Absolutely.
Might not be a bad idea.
I mean, if I'm a Fleming Island Golden Eagle player or if I'm a high school football player in general, any opportunity I have to say, hey, coach, let's block this punt, seems like a fun one.
So they're going to say that he's got 4th and 1 at the 42-yard line, but they're going to go ahead and punt.
Now, if you were to go all-out block, you wouldn't have 2 returners back there. You'd probably only have 1, so it looks like they might not go quite as aggressive.
4th down for the Barracudas. Back to receive.
I think also might be mindful of the fake here.
Bernie. And number 1, Cruz.
Sebastian Cruz back on the punt return. They do punt it away. Almost got a hand on that one. Cruz is just going to let this one bounce, and it is going to roll inside the 10-yard line. They will stop it there with 12 seconds to go in the half.
Well, playing a little conservative brand of football there, trying to be safe with the football, but almost getting the punt from Jarius Rogers blocked.
That's not a good sign.
Golden Eagles take over.
So with 12 seconds to go, David, you figure you're just going to go ahead and maybe get a victory, take a knee here, and take this into the half, or do you want to maybe try to take a shot?
Well, if you're Fleming Island, you're probably just running to Demir Jackson and seeing if he can break one. If he does, maybe you try to do something, but most likely you're just going to take this one in the half.
Well, they've got Bernie in the end zone there, so it looks like they're just going to go ahead and take a knee here and call this a half. And that's exactly what they do. So, after a pretty good first half of play here, the Golden Eagles are going to take a 23-10 lead into the half.
Yeah, a lot of juice on this Fleming Island sideline. They're pretty pumped to have a lead going into this halftime of district play. You know, there's a lot of stuff that goes on with making sure that you've prepared throughout the week when a week expands like this, and you take that time to make sure your defense is tightened up, your rotations are tightened up, your substitution package are correct. And what you got out of Golden Eagles offense was a jumbo set, and out of the Golden Eagles defense was a goal line package. So the fact that they prepared for those situations, A+ job by the coaching staff.
So far, so good. 23-10, our halftime score. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll come back. We'll have our halftime festivities. You are watching Monday Night Football on Sunshine State Broadcasting. We'll be back after this.
Having served Clay County for 18 years, Worldwide Automotive is bringing back the neighborhood repair facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, belts, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Representing the freshman class of 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, 2028, Also representing the freshman class of 2028, Layleen LaReach, escorted by her cousin, Terrence Pierre Phillip. Representing the sophomore class of 2027, Griffin Schultz. Also representing the sophomore class of 2027, Aubrey Cletus, escorted by her dad, Brian Cletus. Representing the junior class of 2026, Nicholas Diadonna. Also representing the junior class of 2026, Alana Santiago, escorted by her dad, Osvaldo Santiago. Representing the senior class of 2025, Cole Atzer. Representing the senior class of 2025, Maria Herman, escorted by her brother, Andrew. drum roll, please. Every king needs a queen. Senior, class of 2025, homecoming queen, Emily Tom. Please give a round of applause for our homecoming king and queen and the homecoming court. Court, if you guys would all scoot together on the 50-yard line so we can take a picture of all of you. While we're waiting on them to scoot together, we did have homecoming last week, interrupted by Milton. The dance has been rescheduled for Saturday, October 19th. And so we did decorate last week our hallways. Our hallway winners, our club homecoming winner of the hallway is the National Art Honor Society with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And our class hallway winner is the class of 2026, the juniors with Dr. Seuss.
Homecoming action here, Fleming Island High School. We're at halftime right now, where the Golden Eagles are leading 23-10 over Beachside. We got a score update from the district, and chaos will ensue. Middleburg and Ponte Vedra right now in a district game, also pivotal to the standings right now. The Sharks are leading Middleburg 37-14 right now. Middleburg's undefeated season going in doubt right now. That game is currently reported in the second quarter. David, how huge is that going to be for Fleming Island if they can finish this game tonight?
Well, that'll make them the outright leaders in the district, as well as being just an extra half game ahead as well. So making sure that you have the advantage in the district is always the most important thing towards your playoff seeding. Finding out if you can make sure you stand toe-to-toe with the rest of the district is always big as well. And the matchup coming up between Middleburg and Ponte Vedra will be a big one as well. As far as, Middleburg and Beachside will be a big one as well, because it'll determine who is the closest one in that number 2 spot.
Well, it looks right now that the standings will solidify this evening. So if that score holds up, and our score holds up with Fleming Island coming on top, yes, they will be outright first place in the district at 3-0. Middleburg will fall to 1-1, still with games to play. Ponte Vedra goes to 2-1 in the district, but having lost to Fleming Island, that puts them in solid second place. They need Middleburg to win against Fleming Island if they want some help in the standings, and then Middleburg has to turn around and try to see if they can win out to stay somewhere in the mix. So still a very hotly contested race here in 5A District 3. But if you're a Golden Eagle fan right now, you're wanting to win this game tonight, sit on the top of the standings and watch everything else crumble around you at this point.
Well, not something you expected to hear at the beginning of the year. Middleburg is good. Middleburg's fighting along. So it's going to be an important matchup, especially having 2 games in 1 week and trying to that quick turnaround, making sure that your team is not only mentally prepared for this next game, but physically ready to rock and roll after a couple tough-fought contests.
Right. Well, let's take a look at where the district schedule is going to look like right now. So yes, there's some double up going on this week because of the reschedules due to hurricane. So these games wrap up tonight, and then you have to turn around on a super short week. At least you got some game experience right away. You don't have a whole lot of time to digest the film. You got to get it in and get it out. But tonight we finish up with 2 pivotal district games. Friday night we have another set of pivotal district games. Ponte Vedra goes to Orange Park, and if we're being realistic here, Ponte Vedra will win out. If they finish tonight, they'll win out, go to 3-1 on the district season, and then they sit and wait. Next game, Beachside hosts Middleburg. Middleburg will have to play a get-back game at this point, and if they want to stay alive, because Middleburg still has district play left after that. Fleming Island goes on the road to Terry Parker. They're out of district. So what they're doing right now kind of doesn't matter next game, in the sense that if they were to lose tonight, next game would matter, because now you're looking at a 3-4 team trying to compete for a playoff spot that's at large, likely maybe an 8th seed in the region if they're lucky, or they may drop out completely. So this is a must-win for the Golden Eagles tonight regardless. But if Ponte Vedra wins out, they're in the mix. If Beachside manages to win out, they're in the mix. Middleburg wins out, they compete with Fleming Island directly for the district championship on the 25th of October. That'll be massive, but it's not looking that way right now.
Oh, tough fought contest, 14-37. You know, you're hoping to claw your way back into this one, but there's not too much time left, and that Ponte Vedra attack knows how to attack you from all angles.
Yes, and Middleburg on a 6-game winning streak. It's the first time they've been 6-0 since the 1980s. You know, a really good season from Middleburg, and I don't think they're out of it yet, but the district race just got interesting. But we'll go back to the game at hand here. Fleming Island leading 23-10 at the half, and it's very important right now for the Golden Eagles to close out this win to go 3-0 in district play and get back on the plus side of the winning column and put them 4-3 on the year. Meanwhile, if you're Beachside, this is your second district game. You've lost to Ponte Vedra already in a really good game. If they bounce back and manage to win this game, they get into the conversation as well. But right now, they can't get past this Fleming Island defense, David. They've no run game to speak of, nothing to match it there. Eddie Jordan has managed to throw a couple of good chunk plays here, but beyond that, he's had to run out of pressure. He's been hurried several times tonight. He does not look comfortable in the pocket.
Well, outside of one long play to House, which ends up being a blown assignment on a coverage on a blitz, there's not a whole lot of offense to speak of on the Beachside side of the ball. And even with that House play, it was a lot of lucky angles and a couple broken tackles to get that done. So
somebody was wiggling the joystick on that play.
Absolutely. Somebody's got the skills and the sticks. But as long as they continue to play a schematically sound defense for Fleming Island and take away their better players like Watson and like House, they're going to be able to pull out a pretty easy victory in this game. But you know, it's easier said than done. You got to finish halves. You know, you were in a similar situation last week against Creekside, didn't finish out the game. So, you know, you got to keep your foot on the gas pedal and make sure you're finishing out the end of drives and putting more points on the board, staying aggressive, and possibly even going for 4th downs when you're ahead.
Yep, absolutely. Coming up on about a minute or so left in the halftime break. Teams coming out, getting their halftime warm-ups in, get ready for the start of this third quarter. Again, Beachside won the toss. They have elected to defer, so they will receive this third quarter kick. And very important if you're the Barracudas right now to try to put this within a one-possession game starting out on a beautiful, beautiful Monday night. So coming up later this week, yes, we will go back to Friday Night Lights on SSB, back to our regular schedules. We have 2 possibilities for you right now on the schedule. We are either going to bring you Ponte Vedra and Orange Park at Hoyt B. Cottney Stadium, or we will bring you Beachside and Middleburg in another pivotal district game. Please stay tuned to our social media as the landscape has changed for the district, and we're going to try to decide what game to go to at this point, depending upon the finishes tonight. Again, next this coming Friday, either Ponte Vedra and Orange Park or Middleburg at Beachside. Please stay tuned to social media to get confirmation of what game we will be at this week. Should be an exciting finish nonetheless.
Game of the week on SSB.
Look, we could possibly have 2 Impact Game of the Weeks in a row in the same week, which is going to be tremendous. And then next week, we will also have a choice of game for you out there for the 25th. Although my money may be on Fleming Island Middleburg, regardless of the result tonight in Ponte Vedra, because that is going to be a massive in-county game in district. And there's a lot of smack talk waiting to be had for that one, especially if the Golden Eagles win tonight. We hope you are enjoying tonight's broadcast and you're locked into us on our YouTube channel, or you can be watching from our website as well, which has got the YouTube feed. Make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel and pay attention to the notification bell. Find out when our next broadcast will be. Also, you can go to ssbjacks.com, our website. The schedule will be updated accordingly. And you can also find us on social media. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and X. On Facebook and X at SSBJacks, and on Instagram and Threads at SSB.Jacks. We'd also like this time to thank Athletic Director Travis Cunningham for hosting us out tonight. What a great environment and a great partner we have had in Fleming Island High School. We are looking forward to more sports opportunities out in the Clay County area. We are in discussions right now to flip to basketball a little later this November and into December. We're also excited about bringing back our coverage to the Fleming Island Battle on the Island basketball tournament that will be held both at Fleming Island High School and at Orange Park. We're very excited to go back to the Raider Dome a couple times this season.
Getting ready to kick off.
District play will start a little later for basketball, but there will be plenty of in-county matchups, including some games with Clay and Ridgeview. So we're going to get a little bit more spread out as we get into b-ball season. And I hear on the horizon, as we get into the springtime, David, we might be doing a little baseball as well.
Oh, the baseball's never been hotter than the SSB crew.
Yes, looking forward to doing some of that as well. All set to go in this third quarter of action. Happy you're with us again for Monday Night Football on SSB. This is an absolute first for us. Parker Sertivan to kick as we start the third quarter. Sends that one, speaking of line drives, that'll go right into the end zone for a touchback. Parker Sertivan money every time. Only, I think, had one return so far this game.
All right, looking at the Golden Eagles defense, they're going to have in their original starting lineup here. There's not going to be any of the offensive players coming in to play defense, but, expect that a little bit later in the second half as well to spell some of these defensive starters. There was a lot of attrition coming on in the Creekside game as they had the majority of the game played on defense for Fleming Island. And snap after snap after snap, it really became a big pull against that defense as they didn't have enough bodies to rotate in. Something to keep an eye out here in the second half.
So first down for Eddie Jordan and the Beachside offense. Consulting those wristbands to get things started. 20-yard line's where we start. Get a snap, looks, pocket collapses again. Jordan takes off, and he gets into the linebackers, and that's where he'll slide. Maybe get about 4 yards in that one. Boy, they have hurried him tonight, David. They have not let up on the pressure at all.
Absolutely, especially coming out of half here. They should have fresh legs and get after him with a vengeance. They know that the pass is coming. They need to be able to generate offense somehow, and the only thing Beachside's done all year at a successful clip is throw the ball. So right now, if you're Jarius Rogers, if you're Nate Van Hoff, even if you're the defensive tackles in, whoever they may be, it's going to have to be an all-out pass rushing effort and keeping more players in coverage.
Second down and 6 from the 24. Drops back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Pocket collapses yet again. Jordan running for his life. And we get a flag on the play. That's going to be incomplete.
We got a flag on the play. Pass is incomplete.
And I wonder what the call might be. It doesn't look like pass interference might have been the call, but that was tipped and incomplete.
Whatever it is at the line of scrimmage here, so likely to be a defensive penalty here. Let's see if it might be hands to the face.
Some discussion.
It looks like they might be doing some ineligible downfield, possibly.
So we seem to be privy to referee comms here.
We got a penalty on each team. Penalties will all set, and we'll replay the down.
So yeah, penalties on both teams there, and they will offset, and we'll replay second down and 6.
It looks like we also had an incidental face mask on the play. So we had a illegal man downfield, incidental face mask, 2 on-ball or during play penalties. So it's going to be a scratch it and redo the down situation.
Chalk it up, do it one more time. Get a snap, drops back. Jordan got a clean pocket this time, incomplete.
Jordan's pass, incomplete. Intended for...
Well, it's going after the opposite slot receiver there. We're just wanting to make sure that we have Drew Aldrich. So Drew Aldrich is going to line up on the opposite side of Watson and hopefully not get the attention of Sebastian Cruz. Trying to pick on that matchup here and see if they can generate easier completions. No luck there.
Errant throw on that one brings up third down and 6. Again, Beachside doesn't do a whole lot of huddling on the wristbands. Fakes the handoff, rolls kind of a bootleg. Jarius Rogers almost got into the backfield. Now he's just going to throw this one away. And my goodness, Rogers in the backfield all up in his face. And it's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's the tough part about the wristbands. You can only fit so much onto one wristband. The running back wristband, the quarterback wristband are likely the exact same one, and they both have the wrong call on them. One running back went one way, one quarterback went the other, and he's doing a fake handoff to nobody.
Not exactly how they drew it up, but that'll bring down 4th down. Back deep, Sebastian Cruz and Trace Burney. They stand at their 40-yard line.
I will say this about the wristbands, though. At the collegiate level, they're very helpful because it prevents sign stealing. There's not too much sign stealing in college, but you can mix up what number each play call is on the wristband.
Kicks away, another fine punch. Ooh. This one's going to drive everybody back. It'll take a Beachside bounce, and that is likely to die right about the 6-yard line. What a punt.
That was a fantastic sky ball. Perfect spiral off the foot of that punter. Excellent job. Kicked over the heads of the returnmen there. That was phenomenal. Probably the best punt I've seen all year.
Yeah, looks like we're getting a 71-yard punt.
Woof.
Huge. All the way down to actually they spot it right at the 5-yard line. No, the 6-yard line. Yeah, my goodness gracious, what a rocket.
You know, sending one clip into college recruiters doesn't usually get you much attention. That one might.
That's definitely going to get somebody's eyeballs on it.
First down and 10 for the Eagles.
So the Eagles in the shadow of their own goalposts on 1st down. Sebastian Broughton had a pretty good first half. See if they can replicate that success here. He'll get a snap, rolls out of it, finds a blocker or two, hits the joystick button one more time. That boy, he's watching him as a video game sometimes. It really is.
I have no idea where he's going. I'm not even going to try to pretend that I do. There's a slippery instinct about him to where he reacts so quickly to having his feet in the ground. He knows where the defenders are and instinctually knows where to go. So an ability I never had. I always got to the ground as quickly as possible, but Sebastian Broughton, a significantly better athlete than I.
First down and 10 for the Golden Eagles after a 12-yard pickup from Sebastian Broughton. Get a snap, quick look, flares it out to Burney, who Burney will run in front of a convoy of blockers. Burney moves upfield again, hops over a tackler, and gets knocked down after another solid gain. First down, Fleming Island yet again.
And Beachside is lucky he did not see an open lane there. I thought he had a lane to the outside that he could have taken. All it took was one block there, and they would have had a big 70-yard touchdown play.
First down, 40-yard line.
And Burney does look a little gassed as well. They have been making sure to get him the ball early and often.
Broughton flares it out. Demir Jackson. He's into the secondary. Demir Jackson almost gets the horse collar tackle. Boy, I tell you what, he had to hold up on that one. They're not going to flag it because he didn't quite get in, pull him down, but a big first down for the Golden Eagles. Demir Jackson, the wrecking ball, does his job.
Well, if it wasn't for the difference between maybe a fraction of an inch with what is jersey and what is shoulder pad, that's probably going to be a horse collar. But it's just enough to hold him up, and then he gets to the waist and brings him down there. But an excellent play design, throwing the ball to the running back out of the backfield there.
First down inside the red zone yet again. Actually, they're going to call it first down and goal.
The Golden Eagles don't sub very much, so they decide to go no huddle and keep the defense on the field as well.
Gives it to Jackson, see if he can finish the job. Plows through for a couple of yards. It will bring up second down and goal. Trace Burney's hands going up in the air. I don't know if he's trying to signal that he might have been open or something, and I think that's what he's trying to get Broughton's attention. Said, hey, man, I was out here. You could have just thrown the ball, but...
And they're going to go no huddle intentionally on this drive here just to make sure there's no opportunity to sub for Ponte Vedra. I see a lot of hands on hips for the Ponte Vedra defenders here. They are gassed.
It's Broughton marshal the troops here. They will take their time.
You have a very favorable matchup with Trace Burney in the slot here. looks like a linebacker on him.
Jackson stands in shotgun, or shotgun sidecar. Broughton will roll out of the pocket, has pressure in the backfield, is going to throw into the back of the end zone, that is caught.
Pass complete.
And a touchdown to Oliver Pachata.
For a Golden Eagle touchdown.
Another Golden Eagle touchdown in the back of the end zone for Fleming Island.
Now what a strike out there to the sideline, an absolute fastball into the open seam there. There's only a very tight space in between where the defenders are in the red area, and he's able to fire that one in there and score. A fantastic job making sure that your receiver's the only person that had a shot at that ball. And out of the hole to Sebastian Broughton. A Parker Sertivan kick goes through the uprights. Nice to make sure that we got this 30-10 lead. Now sitting pretty at 30-10, you look like you're going to play pretty conservative defense here. Whatever you've been doing has been working phenomenally. It has been the absolute answer to anything that Beachside has thrown at you. You're pressuring the quarterback. You're sending your inside linebackers. You're waiting for opportunities to create pressure, whether it's manufactured or whether it's going to the edges with Jarius Rogers.
Kicking off for the Eagles, number 22,
Sertivan will send this off the tee again. 30-10 our score, 8:36 to go.
Aldrich. Number 13, Lanza.
Parker Sertivan to send this one off. It looks like he'll get all of that one yet again, and that one is just in front of the goal line, so they will be returned.
Now that is an incredibly dangerous play to run. It's a full 5-man wedge that they're trying to create, just a couple of yards extra on that kick return. As we see a man down for Beachside, it's just irresponsible coaching. It's inexcusable. That's going to cause and create injuries, running full speed at a wall head first.
Let's take a quick time out here. This one looks like it's going to take a little bit longer than necessary. We'll take a break right here. 30-10 right now our score. We'll be back after this timeout.
Having served Clay County for 18 years, Worldwide Automotive is bringing back the neighborhood repair facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, belts, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.
Back live here, Fleming Island Beachside. 30-10 our score. Injured player taken care of there.
Now looking at this Fleming Island pass rush, they're going to have Nate Van Hoff and Jarius Rogers here on the edges here, and they're going to look for this pass situation here on 2nd and long.
Jordan gets a snap, play fake. Pocket holds this time, he scampers around, trying to look for a man to throw to. His receivers are covered, he's going to run it himself. Crosses the 25 to the 30, and a big hit. And that is going to be enough for a Beachside first down. Boy, oh boy, did he get rocked. His helmet comes off, so he's going to have to come out for a play here. But Eddie Jordan absolutely got drilled on that play.
And in at quarterback here is going to be number 12. Number 12, it looks like we're going to have Balsita.
First down and 10.
First and 10, though, after the big hit. Fumble, snap, that's behind the backfield. Balsita's going to jump on it, and that's not how you drew it up whatsoever. Beachside's going to take a massive loss on that play.
All right, Brick, I think that's the end of that.
And that he'll come right off, and then here comes Jordan. Just had to sit out the one play. Going to spot that ball all the way at about the 16-yard line.
Beachside takes over on the 16, 17-yard line.
Second down and a mile.
Second and 33.
I'm going to call it second and 33. Now, maybe not second and 33. Probably more like 23, but that is huge. Jordan going to get a snap. Play fake again, trying to look for another receiver. Can't find a hole. Fires incomplete.
Yeah, a play fake on second and 30. Bold call.
Not worth it there.
Moving up by number 6, AJ Witt.
Well, that was an impressive play there by Sebastian Cruz and by AJ Witt. The two of them created pressure on the quarterback and covered that pass there, and all over the back of that receiver, running step for step in phase and reaching around at just the right amount of time for Sebastian Cruz to knock that pass away.
So they are going to call it third down and 33 from the 16-yard line.
Double pass.
Flares it out. Yeah, looks like he wanted to throw it. He does. And his receiver was blocked. And that is incomplete. And I see a flag in the backfield there.
Pass incomplete. The flag on the play.
See what the call is. I don't know. That looks like it might be in the vicinity of holding.
Are they going to call it an illegal forward pass? It is rather far back. It's all the way back at the 10-yard line.
Official picks up the flag here, and they are going to wave that off. So no foul. It will bring up fourth down.
It's already 4th and 30. Please just don't make it 4th and 35.
So Owen Carey will come back into punt. His last one was 71 yards. He has got a big leg.
Now, in this situation, you can outkick your coverage, so it is not the most recommended thing to do to kick it as far as you can. You want a high sky kick here.
Boots it up. Another fantastic punt, driving Cruz back, and he catches it. And Cruz turns upfield, tries to find a hole to run through. He's going to find a blocker this time. Flag on the play. So Cruz manages to get a good return out of it.
But an absolute bomb, right?
Another bomb punt by Owen Carey.
Golden Eagles take over. First down and 10. Golden Eagles.
See what the call is here. It might be a blocking foul from where it is.
Now, as that punter gets better, he's going to realize that the hang time on those farther punts, when you're back inside your own 20-yard line, you need to put air underneath those to prevent long returns. You will see better returners. Even though Sebastian Cruz is a talented player, you will see better players at the next level take those punts back for scores.
Yep, it looks like we had an illegal blindside block called on Fleming Island, so that's going to bring that return back. And right at the 6-minute mark, we're going to take the water break. So our score right now, 30-10, Fleming Island in command. Beachside's offense has been rendered ineffective, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're pretty much one-dimensional, David. We talked about this at the beginning of the broadcast. You know, they only run for about 535 yards this season, so there's really not a lot to write home about. It is on Eddie Jordan and his passing attack. And Fleming Island's secondary, I am very impressed with them tonight. They're playing lockdown coverage, not giving Jordan a lot of places to throw. Other than a couple of chunk plays and some freak incidents, honestly, some just random stuff, and that happens. That's why they have 10 points on the board. Other than that, I think Fleming Island's more or less pitching a shutout.
Well, one of my biggest criticisms of Beachside would be, why would you not give House the ball more? He was the one that created that big play in the first half, and I think he's only touched the ball 2 or 3 more times since then.
Yeah, so it's interesting how they're doing that, but nonetheless, here we sit at 30-10. Right at 6 minutes to go in the third.
Now House is going to line up as their cornerback. He's going to be their slot corner here, lined up over the outside at the bottom of the screen. Also capable blitzer.
They'll run a sweep play to Bernie. Bernie tries to dance out of the pressure, and he might have lost a couple of yards on that play, and it looks like he did. May have lost 2.
House has had himself a pretty good game. You know, that initial penetration they had on that play was House blitzing up the middle and making it so they had to bounce that play to the outside. That big bounce to the outside ends up letting a lot more time for the linebackers and secondary players for Beachside pursue that play, and there's no gain. In fact, a loss of yards.
2nd and 12 now. Broughton comes up. He'll have 4 wide receivers, and Jackson in the backfield. Jackson's also had him a pretty good night, both running and passing.
One safety deep. The middle of the field will be something to throw to.
Broughton looks, scrambles out of the pressure. He's going to get caught from behind and flung to the turf. And that
is number 1. It's House.
So he's not been able to run the ball much, but the boy can tackle now.
Absolutely. He's been playing special teams, defense, starting running back. Probably could throw and kick if you wanted him to.
So Fleming Island been unusually behind the sticks this drive.
3rd down and 18.
Loss of 6 on the play. 3rd down, 18 to go. Spread the formation out and have trips to the right of Broughton. Take a snap. Looking, runs out of pressure again. He's going to get sacked again.
Oh, that one looked like it hurt too.
And Broughton is down. Gets up really gingerly. And he is limping. That is not a good sign. It will bring up 4th down and way long.
Attention everyone.
Particularly tough on a short week next week. You know, he's going to have to be able to take it real easy this week, maybe even have a walk-through practice type week. So that's going to be real tough on Sebastian to be physically ready for a game in 4 days.
Parker Sertiman out of the shadow of his goalpost, right underneath on 4th and forever.
Now, a big play here can change the dynamic of this game.
Decent punt. Will take a Fleming Island roll. And Beachside's going to get really good field position on this to start their drive in plus territory. So negative plays by Fleming Island. It's the first time they've been stalled like that. Had to punt it out of their own end zone. The Barracudas will have a chance to try to get back downfield and score in this drive.
Well, being down 3 scores, and not only being down 3 scores, but being down 3 touchdowns is a really tall task for any offense to overcome in just 1 quarter. So there will be an ask to really step on the gas here and see what they can produce and produce quickly.
So Eddie Jordan and his offense comes back out on the Fleming Island 38-yard line. Have a man in motion. And there's House. Breaks through the defensive line. He's into the secondary, and here he goes. I know, David, you've been calling for it all night. When are they going to let House run free? And they sure did on that one. Puts him in the red zone.
Absolutely. Right now, he's averaging over 10 yards a touch. Just give the guy the ball.
And we have an injured Barracuda on the field now.
And it is House.
And unfortunately, after the big game like that, he is on the turf. After making a sack, too, guy's been playing both sides of the ball. He comes up and has
one
minimal
might say
assistance.
that's a full house.
Good thing there's a track out here you can take a lap. Good thing you got your shoes on today.
Oh, thanks, boss.
Inside the Mr. Chubby red zone.
In the red zone again. They call it the Mr. Chubby's red zone here. 1st down and 10. We'll wind the clock back into play here. Coming up on the 3-minute mark to go in this 3rd quarter. Fleming Island trying to hold. Keep Beachside out of the end zone. Play fake. Jordan throws to an open receiver who is immediately tackled. A great open field tackle and a big hit by David Smith, the senior.
David Smith switching up the numbers for homecoming today, but he's flying all over the field as well. This is by far his best year of production. A senior trying to contribute to a team looking for a playoff berth. His tackling ability has really stepped up last year to this year.
Absolutely. Great open field tackle on that one. Avoids the big gainer. Quick flare out by Jordan results in a 1-yard loss. They'll sit at the 15-yard line.
2nd and 11.
Fleming Island trying to play bend, don't break defense. Looks like House is back in the game for the Barracudas. They'll line up in a slot. Drop back, Jordan, clean pocket, throws over the middle. That is nearly tipped and intercepted. Cohen Chaffee had a hand on that ball, but it drops down to complete. Watson, the intended receiver, and that one was in a host of Fleming Island defenders that played heads up and got a hand or two on it.
If Cohen gets his eyes on the quarterback a half a second early, a fraction of a second earlier, he's going to have that for an interception there. I bet he's going to look back on that one in film study and think, dang, I almost had that one.
3rd down now and 11. We can get a 1st down inside the 5. Low snap, Jordan digs it out of the dirt, steps up, runs into pressure, he is sacked. And they got him again. I've lost track of how many times they've sacked him, but my goodness, that swarming Golden Eagle defense puts him on the turf, and that's going to bring up a pivotal 4th down situation.
And that's Reyes with the emphatic hammer down celebration there. A senior captain for the Fleming Island Golden Eagles, the center, coming in at defensive tackle and making a productive play.
Owen Carey now is going to come on for a field goal. He's 1 for 1 on the night.
Now, I don't get this one either. This doesn't help you very much. I know it's 4th and a mile, but you can at least chuck one to the end zone.
It's going to be about a 47-yard field goal attempt.
You will still be down 3 scores.
Apparently they think points on the board will matter nonetheless. Get something out of this drive where they pin Fleming Island deep. That is blocked! Golden Eagles are going to recover that. That was hit behind the line of scrimmage, and they can advance this, and he's going to get tackled right there. And just like that, the Golden Eagles have gotten another blocked field goal. That is 6 on the season, and now I think we have some trash talking.
Now, I'm sure Coach is not going to be happy about this one. The defense just makes an excellent play. Special teams comes out and contributes and gets a blocked punt, or a blocked field goal rather, one of many that the Golden Eagles have had on the year. So you've been here in this situation before, and you react like that and cause a 15-yard flag. That might be on the Golden Eagles, hopefully not, but that is a situation they have been in before and a penalty that has bit them in the butt in the past.
Owen Carey's 47-yard field goal blocked by Fleming Island. Again, that's their 6th blocked field goal of the year. We'll get the call here from the referee. We'll get a personal foul on Fleming Island, and then a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Fleming Island. 2 fouls, one during the play, one post-play. So that will likely put them half the distance and half the distance. And Fleming Island, once again, will come from the shadow of their goalpost. Looks like going to spot the ball at their own 4-yard line with 1:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. And again, like you said, David, those penalties will bite you hard. And a conversation being had right now with head coach Derek Cipoletti to let his players know he needs to cut that out.
There's no way to settle a 20-point victory, or no way to ruin a 20-point victory more than a play like that. You know, when it comes up in film study, woof, I don't want to be anywhere near head coach.
Yeah, be ready to run some gassers after that. So nonetheless, Fleming Island comes out with trips. First down and 10. Some more discussion here, and I guess a quick ball switch. And we're back in business. Broughton appears to be okay. He was hobbled on his last drive after a couple of sacks. He'll get a snap, quick flare out, tipped and incomplete. That one intended for Trace Burney, but that was quickly swatted by a Barracuda.
Incomplete.
It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. And that's a dangerous pass. Grab that one by the hands, and that's a pick 6 all the way.
Absolutely. I mean, those tip passes at the line of scrimmage are usually the ones that get intercepted as well. So lucky that that bounce landed in the opposite direction there.
2nd down and 10. Quads now to the right. Broughton drops back, and now he forgets about it. He is gone. Sebastian Broughton out into open space across midfield to the 45 to the 40. He's going to go all the way to the house. Sebastian Broughton is going to run 95 yards for the Fleming Island touchdown.
Wow, oh wow. An excellent play from Sebastian Broughton. Open field speed, looking like a track star once he hit the 20-yard line. Goes 20 to the end zone in full open field, full top-end speed mode. Doesn't even decide to take any kind of open field moves. Just know that he can burn those defenders all the way to the end zone.
Big play, 95 yards for the touchdown. After 2 penalties and a blocked field goal. My goodness gracious, Sebastian Broughton does what he does best. That's definitely going on the highlight reel for sure.
That definitely a very highlighted worldwide automotive touchdown there.
Parker Sertivan tacks on the extra point, and we're good. So 37 to 10, your score now, with Beachside in a hole now.
Yeah, that is most likely the nail in the coffin in this bowl game. In this ball game here, we're looking at possibly 1 or 2 more scores here for either side here, and this one's likely over. I think that the changing of possessions here, the running of the clock, is probably going to take the majority of the fourth quarter. This one is well decided, but we've seen crazier things in high school football.
We definitely have. Sebastian Broughton with his longest run of the season at 95 yards.
Kicking off the Eagles, number 22, Sertivan.
Ran out of pressure and just did not stop running. Full blast.
Back for the Barracudas.
Parker Sertivan on for the kick. Boots this away, drives this one over the goal line, and that will be a touchback. What a way to cap it. So the blocked field goal results in some penalties, uncharacteristic errors. But then Sebastian Broughton does what he does, sends it back into the other end zone, and how we stand. So, still got a quarter left to play, David. You're right. You know, anything could happen at this point, but my goodness gracious, what an opening to the second half that we've had for Fleming Island. And this has got to feel good after getting into a shootout with Creekside last week.
Absolutely. There's a little vengeance in that run from Sebastian Broughton. He wanted to finish that one for sure.
Yeah, and especially after getting sacked twice in the last drive, to come by and say, yeah, catch me now.
Just prove you're the best athlete on the field, which sometimes he clearly is.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no doubt about it. So Eddie Jordan comes back out. Try to see if they can make sense of it. They've really not had much offensive production this entire game, actually. This has not been the Beachside offense we've been accustomed to seeing. You give it to House, though. House had a couple of great runs. He runs after about a yard gain.
And I can see Watson's frustration from the matchup with Sebastian Cruz. He has not gotten anything going as one of the leading receivers for Beachside. He was supposedly going into this game going to be a significant factor for them, but Sebastian Cruz has wiped him out from his man everywhere he goes standpoint and alignment.
Got a score update for you in Ponte Vedra in third quarter action. Ponte Vedra 38, Middleburg. Let me try that again. Ponte Vedra 38, Middleburg 21. Here we go. Another big run for Beachside. He's off to the races. Look out. And we might get a rundown here from Takori Allen, who manages to bring him to the turf. My goodness gracious. But here comes Beachside.
Where did that come from? We talked about number 5 in the pregame warm-ups of, hey, who is this kid? Is he going to carry the rock for them?
Takori Allen with the breakdown. My goodness gracious. And trying to see, we didn't quite get a number on that one. And yes, Nigel Eldridge Jr., so that was number 5.
Yeah, you and I were talking about him pregame. Who's
Yeah, we
this
saw
gigantic
him.
guy
We
taking
saw
the
him
rock?
in warm-ups, and this guy is huge. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. They're going to go ahead and maybe try to run this down, or maybe they won't run a play. We'll see here. And they do run a play. And puts him down inside maybe the 5-yard line, maybe over down to the 2-yard line, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So Beachside driving right now. We got a chance to get back on the scoreboard, close this gap a little bit, but in the meantime, 37-10 is our score with Fleming Island leading. Let's take a quick commercial timeout, and when we come back, we'll have this exciting fourth quarter of action right here on SSB. Stay with us.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Fourth quarter action right here. Fleming Island 37, Beachside 10. I'm going to borrow a line from Mitch Holtis in the Kansas City Chiefs radio network. If I were you, Fleming Island Golden Eagles, I would run into your toolbox, get everything out of your shed, pick it up, and it's time to put the hammer down. After a run by Nigel Eldridge Jr. from Beachside, a huge run gets them inside the red zone, inside the 5-yard line, and they have a chance to make this a little bit closer. 12 minutes to go in the ball game. The question we have now, David, is can Fleming Island finish this?
It's Fleming Island stopping the run. It's been one of their Achilles heels, especially late in games here, is their ability to tackle in space and bring down tough running backs that can run the ball between the tackles. Guys that are physical, tough with leg drive has been a very, very weak point of this Fleming Island team in the fourth quarter.
Fleming Island has led this entire game. They also led most of the Creekside game last week, and we saw how that ended. So we'll see if they can bow up and play defense here, finish this off. Final quarter of action right now in a very pivotal district matchup. We'll get a snap. Jordan will play fake, looking for a receiver, floats it out into the end zone. That is caught. Touchdown.
All right, floats that one right over the head of David Smith there for a worldwide automotive touchdown.
Beachside narrows the gap.
So on that play there, they're really taking their time. The crosser goes a little deeper into the end zone, is lost there by the linebacker David Smith, trying to play more of a goal line defensive role. And in those responsibilities, you have to pass them off quickly.
Extra point coming.
And to kick the extra point, number 4, Owen Carey.
Kick is up and good.
Kick is up and it's good.
So with 11:53 to go in the fourth.
Your score,
Fleming Island 37, Beachside 17.
So even with the score, it doesn't change too much of the dynamic of the game here. You're going to look for the up-tempo offense of Beachside to really start pushing it if they get the ball back. But other than that, it's going to be a run-first approach from Fleming Island. Demir Jackson should get the ball a considerable amount of times here, and it's their hammer back that can put the game away, something they were missing last week against Creekside.
Kicking off the Beachside, number 4, Owen Carey.
So Owen Carey, the man with a giant leg, is going to kick this off.
Bernie and number 1, Cruz.
Trace Burney and Sebastian Cruz deep. Beautiful, clear night tonight for Monday Night Football. I don't know if we can get Garrett or Aaron to take a look skyward there when we get a minute here, but what a gorgeous night this has turned out to be. It's very early fall. And I don't know, Beachside looked like we're doing a little stutter step there. Might see if they were trying to get a onside kick going, and they're not going to do it. But nonetheless, what a gorgeous, gorgeous night it's been. Very rare Monday night game for us. We're not used to doing this Monday. We're not used to doing it twice a week either.
Oh, wait, BP with you, it's not even work, man. It's another day in paradise, my guy.
Absolutely. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Still got a little bit to go. You can also find this game on demand after the live stream has ended. You can watch this all the time on our YouTube channel. Make sure you stay subscribed and pay attention for a future live broadcast. You can always go back and see this one. We'll also have some other extras for you. We'll get some of our post-game wrap, highlight reels, and more as the week progresses. So we do have a short week this week, so we've got quite a bit of turnaround before we hit our next game. Again, our next game will either be Ponte Vedra and Orange Park or Beachside and Middleburg. We will let you know a little later this week. Fleming Island back on the prowl. Demir Jackson will run out of the backfield. There's going to be a flag on the play, and he gets a couple of yards, but we are going to see a penalty flag, a couple of them on it. Might be in the area of holding. Officials pick up the laundry there, and they're going to back Fleming Island up, it looks like.
The block in the back.
Legal block in the back penalty is what was called.
Bring it back. The first down and 20.
Brings them down to the 10-yard line. First down and 20. Get a snap. Broughton will take it himself. Quarterback keep all the way. He'll get maybe a yard on that play. Brings up second down.
Finishing through the echo of the whistle there from 56 Reyes, and very good self-control there by Beachside to not react to that one, although there was a little bit of heat at the end of that play.
Just a little bit.
No gain on the play. Bring it second down and then 20.
Actually call it no gain on the play. Thought he might have gotten a yard there from the way they had initially spotted the ball, but second down nonetheless. Spread formation now. Trips to the left of Broughton. They'll get a snap. They'll give to Jackson. Jackson running all the way downhill. Breaks a couple of tackles. Powers through another one. Gets pushed up. He might have gotten the first down. They're going to say he did get the first down. My goodness, Demir Jackson. What a monster.
So this is what they were missing out of last week, like we talked about earlier. You've got to find ways to end games. And a running back that can do inside zone, terrorize the second level of a defense, run through arm tackles, and get first downs like that, keeps the clock rolling and ends this game quick.
First and 10 for the Golden Eagles.
Let the big man take a breather. Take all the clock you need.
They'll bunch up the formation now. And yep, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to continue running this clock. Coming up on 10 minutes. Play fake. Broughton steps out of a sack. Tries to run it away. They're trying to get him to throw it away, and he won't do it. Now he throws it away downfield. Trace Burney, that is caught!
And he fell in bounds, too. What a phenomenal play.
Oh,
You're not only getting a 30-yard chunk, but the clock still rolls.
Oh, my goodness. Trace Burney. Sebastian Broughton just decided to improvise, and there we go. Inbounds across the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, perfect location on that pass. Absolutely great job using your body, manipulating your shoulders and hips to fling that one downfield, and perfect in-timing rhythm with your number one target.
Barracudas rush down another player. And wouldn't a score feel good if you're Fleming Island? And back him up on that play. No gain on that one. Definitely, probably about a 4-yard loss, honestly. Eric Gentry, and we have another injured Barracuda on the field.
Lost it 3 on the play.
Gentry will lose 3 yards on the play. Bring it second and 13. Very often you don't see Eric Gentry carrying very often like that, especially getting hit in the backfield. So we have an injured player.
And that is it's Duncan, the corner there for Beachside. He is a a longer cover corner for them who's been really contributing all night. He's probably one of the better players on that Beachside defense as well. So this is a tough loss for them late in this game, and somebody who they're going to really rely upon in these bigger games down the stretch.
9:17 to go in our ball game. Again, Fleming Island up 37-17. They've led the entire contest. Sebastian Broughton throwing chunks all over the place. Big gainer to Trace Burney. He's had a 95-yard run himself. And boy, the Trace Burney-Sebastian Broughton connection has been astounding in the last couple of games.
Oh, they're really starting to turn it on here. You were wondering how much they could involve Trace Burney through week 1, week 2, and then all of a sudden you see a couple breakout games where they're really starting to utilize him the right way, whether it's down the field as a crossing target, whether it's a run after catch threat. They've gotten a little bit away from the tunnel screen game, but he can contribute in that area as well. I think that the combination between the two of them in this inside zone game is a really tough combo to defend because all of your linebackers need to flow to the right spot or else they're very wrong.
Second down and 15 for the Eagles.
So they'll call it officially second down and 15.
32-yard line.
Ball at the 32. 9:17 to go in the game.
So they'll switch to a too-high safety look here, so expect a run from this Golden Eagle offense.
Gentry will come across the formation. They'll give to Jackson. Nice hole for him. He plows through a couple of defenders, gets into the secondary, and gets a couple more yards.
There's not much those safeties can do there. If you start the play 10 to 15 yards back, how are you supposed to contribute to a up-the-middle run?
Third down and about 6, maybe 7 yards. We'll get a spot in just a second here. Call it third down and 8. Spread the formation out. They have Burney on the far side. Jamison Fitzgerald, number 18, is on the near side. It's the first time we've called his name tonight, senior wide receiver. They're saying Tristan Stevenson out there on the far side. He's got Burney next to him in the slot. Pachata also in a slot. A couple of names we haven't called much this season. Approaching 8 minutes here. Broughton will give to Jackson. Jackson finds another hole. They're going to drag him by the butt of his pants. no way you were going to get it. And a little bit of a laughter from some folks in the crowd as Demir Jackson, you got to grab him by the cheeks, and he wouldn't go down nonetheless.
This brick guy is hilarious. The two funniest plays of the game, that the fumbled snap from earlier and then dragging the running back by his pants. There's some, I wouldn't call them highlights, but there's definitely some clips to tune into if you're your number 13 brick for Beachside.
Something to laugh at later. It's like, I can't believe I missed grabbing him by the rear. Broughton sets him up again, spread formation. I think even Courtney to the right of me thought that was good. It's been one of those nights. Gentry will slide across the formation. They'll give to Jackson again. He finds another hole. Ain't grabbing him this time. Touchdown. And another worldwide automotive touchdown for Fleming Island. Comes at 7:13 to go in this ball game, and I think that one might be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, there were some business decisions made on that touchdown run. The defensive back was standing right in the end zone and kind of let him sashay his way into the end zone.
Sertivant on for the extra point. Kick is up and through. Parker Sertivant doing the work tonight. 44-17, 7:13 to go in this final quarter.
Parker Sertivant is such a consistent guy. Have you noticed that he kicks his extra points as hard as he kicks his 50-yard field goals?
He smacks everything.
Every single kick is exactly the same with this guy. Either it's the same trajectory, same pow off of his foot. It's like he's hitting a drive every single time.
Yeah.
There's no 9-iron in that club.
Absolutely smacks the daylights out of it. It's worth every penny to watch. We want to thank his mom for coming by earlier and giving us some concessions and treating us to that tonight. We appreciate the Sertivant family. And Parker's a stand-up guy, too. We've had the opportunity to talk to him a few times after games, win or lose. He's always got smile on his face, polite, respectful, and very happy to see himself on TV every now and then drilling balls through goalposts. And he's going to have a real promising career at the next level wherever he decides to play. I'm sure they're going to have an asset in him. He's just an all-around good guy. Let's up on the gas on that one, but it will fall right into the middle of the end zone for a touchback. 7:13 to go in this game, and with a big lead right now, Fleming Island trying to just play some defense and get the ball back, run the clock out. And they needed this game, David. If you're in the district standings, this one was huge.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to win in convincing fashion sends a message through the rest of the district. We're coming. We're trying to win this.
Score update. This is listed in the third quarter right now. Ponte Vedra 45, Middleburg 21. Looks like the Sharks are starting to pull away. That was something I did not expect. I mean,
that margin of victory. I kind of expected Ponte Vedra to really fight and fight hard.
Yeah.
Didn't realize they were going to win in blowout fashion.
No, that was a shocking game. This is a shocking result too, if you really think about it. Put it on the ground right now. That's where they've had some success against Fleming Island tonight, and they push all the way down for a first down.
It's still adding to his 10 yards per touch average. House has been an absolute workhorse for them. Whether it's giving the ball to House, giving the ball to 5, you have to consider using your offensive line and your bigger running backs to create better, shorter down and distances, thirds and short, seconds and short, things you can use to throw the ball down the field.
I'm actually going to say that was Marco Lanza on the carry, not House. They give it to Lanza again. This time he runs into a wall of defenders, and that's going to be second down.
Stop the line of scrimmage.
So you might even have a third running back that can contribute to your backfield here. It's an attack that's only rushed for 500 yards going into the game this year. But you'd like to see them use these talented players. I mean, you haven't involved much of the perimeter wide receivers either.
Stoppage of play here. And we have a dead ball offside on Fleming Island. And I think we are going to go ahead and take that water break right now. So 6:18 to go in this.
We're on a break.
Let's take a commercial timeout. When we come back, we'll have the rest of this matchup right here. Sunshine State Broadcasting, Monday Night Football. We'll be right back.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
We are back here. 6:18 to go. Beachside trying to drive here on 2nd down and 5. Drops back to pass. Jordan runs into pressure, and he's going to get hit. Jarius Rogers is going to wrap him up, and that's going to be a loss on the play.
So Jarius Rogers is ultimately going to get credit for that sack, but it's an Arian Witt pushing and collapsing at the top of that pocket that forces him to step up into that sack. Jarius Rogers is a very long individual and is able to get 2 hands on him. Once he's got 2 hands on him, you're going to the ground.
Call it a 2-yard loss on the play, 3rd down and 7. Jordan will roll, flares out, Stopped immediately, grabbed by the legs.
Wow, what an excellent play by Allen, coming cross field, navigating through traffic, accelerating downhill, and getting to the receiver there. That was a well schemed up play there to try to get somebody open in man coverage, but Allen covers grass and makes the tackle.
4th down and 5.
No man's land right here for Beachside. They're going to have to go for it.
Let me hear you make some noise, Fleming Island.
Trying to get a stop right here and see if they can finish this game off. 4 wide receivers for the Barracudas. Coming up on the 5-minute mark to go here.
Even in a blowout, got a little hype from the crowd here, making sure they cheer on their boys down the stretch.
Still don't see what they like. Play clock starting to wind down here, waiting on the official's hand to come up. Again, we don't have the digital play clock here at Fleming Island.
And nothing creative here from the Fleming Island defense. They have manned up every single snap, and they are out-physicaling this Beachside team.
And hand is coming up now. They're winding down the play clock. Beachside looks like they're content to concede here. And some pressure in the backfield, and that's going to be a stop, and the Golden Eagles do it. Turn the ball over on downs. First down, Golden Eagles. Yeah, I don't know. Beachside looked like they were sort of in surrender mode at that point. Far too long on the play clock instead of just making the decision to punt the football or running a play, and then for that to happen. 4:28 to go in the ball game, and that might do it. I think a couple of first downs and you're in the books.
Now, do you consider taking Sebastian Broughton out of the game here?
I would. If I were Coach Cipollette, I'd let Gentry go ahead and come in and take a few snaps. I'd go ahead and let him sit. He's done what he needed to do tonight. And there he is. He's still out there, so I guess they're going to let Broughton finish this game, even though you're on a short week now.
But they have elected to take Jackson out of the game, so I think he's just in there for game management handoff situations here.
Gives it to Brady Digman. He'll run up for a couple of yards. Looks like he might have gotten about 5 on that play.
This is where you're very thankful to have a running back like Digman, somebody that's touched the ball before and has experience running between the tackles and holding on to the rock here. He's the perfect guy to run out the end of this clock.
Just churn it out right now. Just continue to move that clock. Got 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, Digman's a tough enough guy to get this ball 4 times in a row.
Gentry will come across the formation and then slide back over. They'll give it to Brady one more time. He breaks through into the second level, and he's going to get a first down for Fleming Island.
Pop right up. Yes, sir, may I have another? Absolutely. Let's go.
Move the chains right away. Referee winds the clock right away. They're going to keep this moving. Digman comes out. And looks like we'll have number 44, Jaden Smith. He's listed as a tight end. He's a senior. And looks like he'll get a couple of carries on the ball. Try to help milk this clock. And they give it to the big boy. It's a little stutter step. Big man's got to move or two. And he gets 2 or 3 yards on that one. I like the little shimmy and shake there from Big 4-4.
He was not going down the backfield in his one and only carry. You can't do that to a guy. You got to make sure you get him the rock in a good situation here.
Bring up second down.
Looks like they're pulling in another senior here.
And we don't. There he is, Gavin Boyson. Looks like he just stepped into the game. That's a freshman wide receiver now. We're going to get a stoppage of play here, and now
he wasn't ready.
Not an equipment issue. So
get out of here. Freshman mistakes.
You'll hear about that later in practice.
Any play, any time, guy. Any play, any time.
Freshman had his chance to make a debut there and didn't get it.
And number 44.
So they give it once again to Jaden Smith. He gets a couple of yards. That'll bring up third down. We'll get a stoppage of play here.
I know that Sebastian Broughton's itching to throw this one. He always likes to improve his percentages, but I would strongly suggest against it. Now, it looks like they're holding them on here, and they might be burning a timeout.
I think they're going to go ahead and just run this down, and that's exactly what they appear to be doing. He's going to take this down as low as they can go. Yep, they are content to not run a play at all here, and Broughton just taking his time, having a chat. Play clock winding down. Beachside content to not stop it. Coming up on 10 seconds left to go. Last couple of seconds on the play clock here, and I think we're going to get Coach Chip, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Going to call timeout. It comes at 1:37 to go in the ball game. That's Fleming Island's first time out of the half. So yeah, next time we meet you, we'll be back on Friday night. We will either have Ponte Vedra at Orange Park for Ponte Vedra's district finale, or we will be at Middleburg at Beachside for another pivotal matchup. That'll look like to be a get-back game for the Barracudas, as they will fall 0-2 in the district. Middleburg losing to Ponte Vedra right now. They'll fall to 1-1. Sharks will go to 2-1. Fleming Island will be in the lead right now after tonight. They will sit at 3-0, and that will be a huge lift for this Golden Eagle team, who hadn't won a district game in 2 seasons leading up to this year. And they're on a 3-game win streak.
And they've had the talent to do so year in and year in and year in. And even losing their head coach before this season starts has been a remarkable turnaround, led by Sebastian Broughton and this coaching staff rallying to play better football each and every single week.
They sure have played good football every single week. You know, the games that they've fallen short, a lot of it was defensive execution. You know, they just couldn't close things out when they needed to. Their offense, though, has been playing spectacular.
Number 44.
I can't help but laugh at the band director for Eagle Band 1. He has been laughingly laying into his band tonight.
Well, he knows he's been doing a great job all season. This is an opportunity to poke a little bit of fun, up 44-17 here, and that band has really given a lot of juice to this team, as well as been fantastic performers in their own right. So an excellent job by them, and always happy to see Eagle Band 1 having a good time.
And he just recanted on being upset. Eric Gentry in at quarterback now on 4th down. And that will be a turnover on downs for Fleming Island, but I think they are content to just have run the clock down the way they did. That leaves Beachside with 39 seconds to go. And this should wrap it up.
So I wonder which younger players are going to get opportunities to contribute here on defense, or whether they're going to go with the majority of their starting lineup. So you're still going to see Jackson on defense, but you didn't put him in at running back?
Interesting. Well, nice to see Trace Burney out there, too, playing a little hands. Imagine this is just going to play quarters, keep everything in front of you, don't let Beachside get away with a cheap play in garbage time.
It does look like Beachside's content to take a knee here, so none of it will probably matter.
Yep, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to go back and lick their wounds. And they will, so they will just continue to run this out here. Well, David, I'm impressed with Fleming Island tonight. This has probably been the most complete game that they've played all season long. And we're going to do a quick post-game wrap-up in a little bit here. But with that said, our final score is going to be 44-17. And 3-0 in the district, man. That's massive.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's going to be a mark that you haven't seen Fleming Island come to for a very, very long time, and you want to see them do these productive things late in the year, because it shows you a team that's developing and growing.
We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our post-game show. This is Sunshine State Broadcasting. Again, our final score, Fleming Island 44, Beachside 17. We'll be back in just a minute.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Having served Clay County for 18 years, Worldwide Automotive is bringing back the neighborhood repair facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, belts, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.
Final score, Fleming Island 44, Beachside 17. The Fleming Island Golden Eagles go to 3-0 in district play, and I'm sure that is a refreshing stat for them to hear tonight, David.
Oh, absolutely. If you're going to think about the best qualities of a winning football team, is ones that know how to win late in the season, ones that figure out how to do things a little bit better, whether it's those substitutions on offense and defense, bringing different looks to your packages and making sure you're better at situational football, converting short yardage plays and stopping short yardage plays was a big Achilles heel against the Creekside Knights. Now it's not so much for the Golden Eagles.
Absolutely. So this is technically homecoming for Fleming Island, and you're supposed to win your homecoming game. At least that's what you want to do anyway, and they did it in very convincing fashion. So with that being said, Fleming Island takes sole possession of first place in the district. Middleburg losing to Ponte Vedra. Imagine that score is going to hold up as well. Next time they play will be Friday, will be a turnaround. They're on the road at Terry Parker, so they're out of district. Even though the district picture is looking sort of secure, if you're the Golden Eagles, you want to try to win out the rest of your games to get that playoff picture moving good. It's likely as a district champion they may host a game in the first round, which is very good for them, kind of extends their season here at home. This is technically the last home game they're going to have, so we might not see the Golden Eagles back here until the playoffs for sure, but we may see them on our cameras on the 25th over at Middleburg in a very important game. Beachside goes to host Middleburg on Friday, so they got to bounce back, play another district game really quick. It's a chance for them to try to edge out the standings, stay alive in the race. They're 0-2 right now in the district, but again, nobody's out of it just yet. Still games to play down the stretch. Ponte Vedra next week, they'll defeat Middleburg tonight. They go to Orange Park. Probably going to win that game too. Kind of rough to call from our side because Orange Park has not been very good this season. But again, they're off this week watching the carnage. But nonetheless, so next time we see each other, we will either be watching Ponte Vedra play Orange Park or we'll be at Beachside Middleburg. Again, stay attention to social media. We will let you know what game we will be at a little bit later on in this week. Another one in the books. Great day to be at the Rock. Thanks to Travis Cunningham, athletic director. Thanks to the Sertivan family for helping us out of the concession stands. Great game tonight from the Golden Eagles. Final score again, 44-17. Fleming Island 3-0 in the district, 4-3 overall. For BP, this is David Wells, Courtney Wallace, our producer, Aaron and Garrett on the cameras tonight. You guys have a wonderful Monday night. We'll see you back again on Friday on Sunshine State Broadcasting, your local community broadcaster.